All right, so when last we left off, the left stars had been spelunking in an underground structure beneath the Horizon Quarry, investigating the whereabouts of the Delver's Lodge, who had been hired by Bolly Brightbeard to see what lay within the stone. The findings have been pretty grim. We found a number of their bodies, presumably dead in a variety of ways, and you met an individual named Adrieth, guardian, who has sort of identified himself as the guardian of Lutum's prison. Lutum being a Earth Elemental prince who is said to have betrayed Ard. As you've helped Adrieth to repair the damage to this place, you've won a little bit of favor, but you still find yourselves in a bit of a situation. One that you are currently in the midst of sort of sleeping on to sort of talk it through. And just to sort of recap what that situation is, you've kind of been given three options. One, Adrieth will allow you to, in an effort to keep innocents from Horizon coming and plundering in here and dying, Adrieth is willing to allow you to free the corrupted Lutum and functionally execute them. Then Adrieth will leave, and the mayor will probably be happy. Two, you could cleanse Lutum in an effort to make the mayor happy. That would hopefully clear this place out. However, Adrieth will not allow you to do that, which is a bit of a issue. Or three, you could send a message to the elemental plane of Earth using the technology of this place, and then Adrieth will keep vigil over it until somebody from the plane comes to claim Lutum. But this may take more time than the mayor is willing to wait. So you are in the middle of a long rest. Mouse and Aesop had just finished talking about the situation, and Adrieth had also sort of had some interesting insights for Mouse as well. But the next watch was awoken, which I believe is Clax. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think we have Clax, Flint, and then Drada has a solo watch.
Yep, that's what I have.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and if there's anything you want to pass along as you're awaking them, Aesop and Mouse, feel free to do so, but then we'll begin the second watch.
I don't think Adrieth sleeps, so you'll just have someone standing in the background, but don't mind that.
Easier said than done. Alright, well, sleep well, guys. The spot over there where I just was sleeping is kind of warm if you need a warmer spot, so.
No, I've heard you sleeping before, and it smells over there, so I'm just gonna find the spot over here.
Mouse takes your spot.
I think we'd both roll perception checks and then feel free to discuss freely. Okay.
So Flint, you know all this gobbledygook, magic, sparkly stuff and everything else, and you fix that orb. Like, what do you think's really going on here?
Really going on? I mean, I think they're telling the truth. I think it's like a prison something or other for this Earth Elemental guy.
So,
you think there might be other things afoot?
I just genuinely don't know. I don't trust the guy because he could have said something far sooner. We didn't threaten him. Granted, I disarmed him and I pat his little, I believe, pickaxe that I have at my side still. But we haven't brought any harm to him. Granted, I know we helped out and he started to reveal, but I honestly have no clue what to do.
Yeah. He was certainly a little aloof at the beginning, but I don't know. I think he's telling us the truth now. We'll have to see what the group wants to do. I don't know. I want to cleanse the guy. We'll see how upset Earth Genasi friend is with that.
You know, since I don't have a clue of what to do, if that's the route you want to go, I got your back. And I won't let him interfere with you. If that's the route we're going to go.
Just feels wrong to execute the elemental. And plus, I'm not even sure we can kill it. It sounds like it's probably a pretty badass elemental. It's like hard sun.
Yeah, who knows what other bad stuff will bring down upon us, and then, you know, just seeing how much Aesop's taken to that Neptus crystal. You know, I don't want to. You know, I don't know how he would react.
I don't know.
I think I'll just kind of take a walk around this area, because we've pretty much scouted this area pretty confidently. Like, we don't have to worry about any traps or anything. Like, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Well, can you just define this area? Like, are you going to go on a walk throughout the entire 4 levels, or are you just
this
here?
floor?
Yeah.
Just kind of walk across the different, especially the squares with the lights. Kind of check them out. You know, I'm not going to touch them. I'm going to stay a couple feet away from them and just kind of gauge Adria's reaction if I kind of do it, and just kind of stretch the legs and move around a little bit.
Okay. And you're currently you've probably reactivated the light on your axe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. You have full confidence that the area you're in seems to be safe insofar as traps. You know, if you go touching orbs that you can't interpret the visions of, then maybe you would have a different time. But you do, as you're sort of moseying around, it is very clear that Adriath knows, like, anytime you're within line of sight of Adriath, you know that his eyes are tracking you.
Okay. After I make my lap or two, just kind of come back in, check in with Flint. And just, Flint, like, I still don't have the warm fuzzy. I think that's what people say, the warm fuzzy about this guy.
I think he's just doing his job. Guards are all kind of weird and stuffy. But
Fair enough.
I think if we're going to try and cleanse that guy, there's a good chance we wind up having to fight this guy. I don't know if there's a good way to avoid that or not, but we'll see. Maybe somebody else has got a good idea.
All right. Well, then, just out of character, that's the big topic I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
We'll wake up Drada.
Drada, you are awoken.
Hello.
Morning, sunshine.
It's funny because there's no sun.
See? I can be witty at times.
Yeah. Great.
Just, since you're by yourself, just be a little cautious. Flint feels okay about Adriath. I'm not sold on him, but if anything happens, just kick me, wake me up.
Sounds good.
Out of curiosity, what kind of, in a solo Drada watch, is there any light at all?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check then, and then let me know what you sort of aim to do.
Player me would be so terrified of just sitting in a cavern room with no lights. That just sounds terrifying.
You're sleeping. You don't know any better. I would say there's because it is cold, there may be a very small campfire situation, but something that maybe radiates 5 to 10 feet of light. It's not designed like this is the night light for the people who need it, and it's the little bit of warmth that anybody can optionally huddle around, so should they choose. But it is definitely pitch black otherwise. Okay, 11. Yeah, 11. If there's anything you particularly want to do.
Yeah, I think Drada has two objectives. The first of which is knowing that there's a possibility that we might come into combat with Adriath, trying to see if Adriath notices Drada in the dark to try to like suss out if he has dark vision. Like walking kind of closer and farther and seeing if he reacts in any way. The second, after kind of that would be determined, like, in a weird way, Drada feels really comfortable here just because growing up in a mining town, like, he spent a lot of time underground. And, like, being in the dark is something that is really comfortable. But I'm also kind of getting the sense that, yeah, with all of the metal and the, like, it's a very different kind of darkness, or kind of cave situation. Drada, like, wants to go around and see if, like, he can find anything naturally growing, like any little fungus or little plant crawling in, just to see if they're, like, alone, and this is an elemental earth place, or, like, if nature is cracking its way through.
Okay, just again, asking the same question I asked for Klax. Is that sort of journey strictly on this floor, or are you sort of exploring the entire dungeon, for lack of a better word?
And we're on the bottom floor right now.
Correct.
I think it would maybe be this floor and like the stairs peeking into the floor above, but I don't want to get too far away from the party.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an insight check insofar as Adriath's reactions are concerned.
Roll.
It's one of those things that, and this is sort of before you've gone upstairs, so you could amend your plans if you want. But I'm kind of imagining that you know, the map that we're showing right now is not necessarily accurate placement, but pretending that you went to like a stairway that is sort of more on the darker end of things. You definitely know that he knows that you're there, even though he's not facing towards you.
Right.
And he's not tracking you with his eyes as well.
Okay, interesting.
But you go up. Are you going to continue up the stairs anyway, in an effort to kind of go on that tour?
I think, yeah, I would pop my head into the floor above, but I don't think I would go anywhere crazy. I think it would mostly just be walking around the space and kind of looking at the cave walls, any cracks or crevices where something could grow.
Okay. Go and roll me an investigation check if you don't mind. There, with a 10, it's not a lot of information, but you do get the sense that within the almost geode that makes up this place, there's not really greenery or vines inside. It seems to be entirely stone. But as you're sort of peeking in where you entered the sort of explosion that cracked open into the first floor, you do see like roots that seem to be kind of growing inwards. Like nature may reclaim this place now that it has been opened. But from the inside, you're not really able to spot anything that grows or seems organic in any way at all. And as you're sort of inspecting that entrance, you turn around and Adriath is behind you.
Hi. Hello. Hi. What's up?
Just making sure Everything is okay?
Yeah. I'm just looking around, man.
I'll join you.
Okay. You have, like, a favorite part of this cave?
He doesn't respond.
Okay, cool, great, love the chat.
Separately, roll me a percentile if you don't mind. And your, we'll see. Okay. Nothing happens.
I'm okay. Is that the first percentile roll we've had?
No. I had previously, I think, asked Flint to do it when you were camping outside.
Delightful.
There was you have just a ping of worry hit you about this place, but you're not sure what that
Worry
means.
About this place, about
go and roll me
place
an
itself, about
yeah.
what's going to happen, about the people in it. Like, what's the worry about?
Yeah, roll me another perception check.
Happy to.
Okay. The +8 helps a lot there.
Yes, it does.
It's not necessarily that you yourself have felt or discerned this effect, but you look at Adriath, and he seems to be looking up the stairway onto the third floor, or the second floor, where the batteries are, the quartz that are pointing inwards. He looks. You don't really know what this minor pang of fear in your chest is, but he looks up at that same moment.
You good? Everything okay? You're not gonna die immediately? Nothing magical, terrible, bad is going to happen?
I think the repairs will hold. I hope.
Love you ending on I hope. Not ominous at all. With that, I think Drada starts making his way back down.
You make your way back down, and Adriath is following behind. Well, he's lagging behind, and as you make your way down the stairs, you, with your sort of incredible dark vision, you're kind of looking down into the room that all your friends are in, and Adriath is already down there.
Oh. That's fun.
You look behind you to see if he's up above, and he's not there.
That's cool, that's fun. Things to... Yeah, just gonna jot that down for when everyone else wakes up.
Okay. And after what you assume to be approximately 3 hours of watching without any sun to tell you otherwise, you wake up the rest of the party, and you all may enjoy the fruits of a long rest. After a day's worth of traps and such.
I will give Gift of Alacrity to Drada as soon as I get up, not knowing what the day is going to hold.
Oh, yeah.
I love this
It's
morning
like your-
tradition for us.
It's like your good morning to him.
Breakfast, coffee, Gift of Alacrity.
I think normally you're just met by his most awakened thank you that he can be for whatever state it is, which is just like a all right. But this morning he's like, yeah, thank you. Also, hey, that man's he can sure teleport, so that's a fun update.
Is it teleport or is it just move through the earth?
Functionally, it could very well could be that, yes.
We haven't
It's like
seen him do that yet, though.
So you mean the guy I'm suspicious of can just magically do the hocus pocus stuff and appear somewhere else?
Well, what I can only assume him a creature being of an elemental form or working with elementals, from what I've seen, in any form, or at any the 4 elementals there are, they can move through their element pretty easily. So I can only assume that our lovely tour guide can certainly do that.
Well, and because you've mentioned this, Aesop, it occurs to you that the construction of the spiral stairway lends itself to that. I've previously described them as being like an unworked stone column surrounded by like stone platforms
Right.
that humanoids could walk on, but the stone column probably serves as an elevator almost for earth elementals to glide through. That said, you know that would only work in the stone, not in the metal flooring. And this bottom floor being entirely metal beyond the stairs, you know that what Jordan is describing is not quite that.
Yeah. It can't. So, earth elementals and vicinity of said can't really go through metal. So, maybe it's a teleport, which is even worse.
Well, Drada, you went up a floor, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and he also appeared directly behind me in the dark without having necessary I cast no light. He was just like boop right there. So that's also fun.
Okay. So then do we assume he's listening to every word we say then? Alright, then.
It's a reasonable assumption.
I was about to say, yeah.
Then no beating around the bush then.
Everyone
Awesome.
write down what you think we should do next on a small sheet of paper.
And pass it around.
Well, I'm pretty sure he heard Aesop and I discussing pretty thoroughly what our intentions were.
And then Aesop kind of just thinks back and he's like, oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's safe to assume we heard with what Flint and I discussed as well, so we might as well discuss as a group. What should we do?
I haven't heard these discussions, so please enlighten me.
I mean, I think one way or the other we're letting this guy, this Ard's son, free. Right? I think we all kind of decided that sending a message to the Earth Elementals to come here, we didn't know how long it was going to take. We didn't know what a whole big pile of very powerful Earth Elementals showing up in Horizon was going to do, what the implications of that were going to be, etc. So it sounded like we didn't want that option. Everybody agree with that piece to start. All right. And I think the next big question is just whether we fight the evil version of Ard's son or we fight this guy.
Well,
Question
if we do,
Aesop.
yes.
Can elementals be reborn? If we went about the kill corrupted version, could at some point in future this being come back to life as its normal self?
Unfortunately, its normal self might just be evil. It just might not just be a good deity or person in general. I think that's kind of the problem with releasing him in his normal form.
Locked away a long time, though. There's nothing to say that who he was then is going to be who he is now. It seems unfair to just leave him stuck and imprisoned without ever giving him a shot. Does anybody know what it would take to cleanse one of our sons?
I don't think my parents in their org did anything like that or have seen anything like that.
No, but I'll allow you and you alone to make a history check anyway, and we'll just see what kind of a roll we get. No, it's, yeah. All you could really know is that the technology of this place seems to be capable of doing that, as has been sort of like identified through the visions that you all received touching these crystals or these spheres. You don't really know what it would take to recreate that, or who might have the ability to do that outside of here.
I don't know, Mouse. Kind of might just be a little bit over our head in terms of like elemental magic, unfortunately.
And also, I'll give Flint, well, I'll give Flint an Arcana roll for something related. Okay, I would just say, like, what you understand of the magic of this place, which is sort of only a theory in your head. It's not something you could engineer. But cleansing is more perhaps a cleansing of the body, but not necessarily of the mind. So even if you were to cleanse Lutum, you don't know that would make Lutum sort of like still a good guy. Like you don't know the breadth of what the corruption entails, and if is corruption a curse, or is it a change of philosophy? You know, they could just be evil now.
We'll convey that to the group.
So, does that change your thoughts from last night?
I don't know. I mean, if we're gonna have to fight him either way,
Right.
like
Maybe just
I
putting
like
him out of his misery.
don't know. I feel like if we're gonna fight him either way, I'd rather fight him knowing we attempted to like remove whatever curse or mind control or whatever was put on him to turn him evil. It may not work. Maybe he comes back and is still mad at us and we still have to fight him. I don't know.
I mean, part of me, again, I'm assuming he's listening. Hey, not that I love this mysterious teleporting friend by any means, but like, he knows this space better than us and is bad at communicating about it. But part of me thinking about it more is inclined to give the help that he wants rather than try to go rogue if in the end we're going to accomplish something similar. He's the caretaker of this space, and well, he's been sus as hell. Sorry. I don't know if I'm of mind to just whip out a crossbow and go at it right now.
Should we talk to him about this? See if he can enlighten us any more on what happens if we do kill this guy? Like, is he reborn or something anew eventually, or what was the nature of his corruption before? Something?
You think he'll tell us?
I mean,
I thought we pressed when we asked, because he called him a betrayer, but didn't give a lot of details about what that meant.
I mean, I think that's true, but I think the question of is death permanent, what happens afterwards, is a valid one.
Ian, do I know that if, let's say, fire elemental comes in and we kill it right now, does the entity die forever, or is it reborn back on its plane?
You can roll a history check.
So I feel like I should know that information maybe a little bit more, just because we.
Yeah, and I'll give you advantage because I'll give you advantage only for the fire elemental example, because you have a closer connection to that history. Yeah, so you don't this does not necessarily replicate across the board for all of the elementals, but you know that when a fire elemental is slain, that its essence sort of rejoins the plane of fire and will be sort of born anew, given that flame will be given sort of sentience. It's kind of like an Olympic flame situation. Like, new elementals will be born of the flame that brightens when other elementals die.
Right.
You don't know how that necessarily translates into the earth elemental nature of things. I think I hinted earlier when you were sort of spelunking in this place that that this place being both sort of a tomb and a prison, that the nature of rocks being sort of you would know a little bit of geology. It's like, you know, the landscape of what lies beneath the earth changes as millennia pass. Like, that's how diamonds are formed, you know.
Right.
And so you expect that there's some element to that might be how an earth elemental is reborn, but you're not totally sure.
I'll relay that to the group. So there is a possibility, after everything I could have kind of just word vomited out, that he could just go back into the stone essentially and kind of be reborn again. So it's almost like putting him out of his misery now, and then his essence just kind of forms him anew. Whether he's still the son of Ard, that I'm not really sure. Or just becomes like a totally different entity.
I think if we're interfering in the affairs of others who we may not fully understand, the only reason to do so is in the name of freedom and forgiveness and peace. I think entering into this with any other intention, we should just go back to the city.
Agree with Mouse, but I still don't know if that gives us an answer.
Yeah, I'm less certain now. I kind of feel like we ought to talk with Adriath and see if he'll confirm what would happen if we do kill his evil form, and also maybe ask if we, like, what he thinks the other Earth Elementals would think of these two options. Is
Ask away.
all of the Earth Elementals? All right, sure.
Hey, Adrian!
Call him over.
It's already right behind you.
He stands up from like a cross-legged position in the center orb and joins you. I don't know if you guys are all sitting down over breakfast or, but saying that you are, he sort of will sit down next to you. Not like, you know, like a respectful distance away, maybe like 5-10 feet from anybody else.
So, can you help us, like, try and, you know, get a better handle morally on what we want to do here? If we choose to bring forth this corrupted version and fight him, you know, assuming we win that fight, what happens to him? Will he be reborn later, or and come back purified, or will he be, you know, just gone forever, or come back corrupted again? Do you have any answers in that nature?
I will take what remains of him back home, and he will be interred within the stone until the stone calls for another soul to join it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a sense for what your fellow Earth Elemental folks would think of this situation? Like, if we choose to let this corrupted form out and kill it, or purify him and let him free, or whatnot, would you suspect that other Earth Elementals would have a major problem one way or the other with that? I know you don't, but well, you don't like us cleansing him.
He thinks for a moment and says, "The fact that judgment has not been rendered on him means that something is wrong. It has been too long for his sentence for somebody to have not come and made this decision already. It's hard to speculate what that means. However, in the time that he was interred, he was seen as I mentioned, a betrayer, but he was outcast in every way. Ard, if not for his relation to Ard, he would have been destroyed utterly and not been given back to the stone. He would have not have been given a second chance. It was a hope that by holding him here, that he would be given time to think on his transgressions, and that Ard would be given time to think on what to do with him. And that hopefully a appropriate punishment would be let out as a result. People are very, at the time, the elementals were very ready to see him gone forever. I don't think he would be missed. It's the only reason why I would allow you to make that judgment, because I think it is a greater evil for me to continue protecting this place from those on the outside who insist on plundering it. I would prefer to not have that blood on my hands, but I will if you cannot do what needs to be done here.
So you're a coward.
I am loyal.
You're a coward. You refuse to make a decision, so you want us to do it. Got it.
He's like looking placidly at you.
I had a lieutenant like that above me in the City Watch. I get it.
So we share kinship in more way than one, I take it.
I don't know if that means we share kinship. Just means I understand where you're coming from. You're spineless and you need someone else to make your decisions, so.
You hear, Clax, a voice in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't register. It takes you a minute to register this because you're used to speaking in common, and you realize after you're sort of translating it in your head that it is a telepathic, draconic voice in your head. And it says, "We do share kinship in several ways. And I do what I must because it's the only choice I have."
If you could watch a dragonborn go white, for those Clax just shuts up, just sits there, is just staring right at Adrith.
I'm avoiding conflict and looking away, just like, oh wow, things are getting really intense, crazy.
Drada is looking at Adrith and studying him for maybe a minute or two, and then turns back to see Clax in his white state, and just goes, Did you take my makeup? Like, if you did, that's fine. Like, you what? But like, it's really uneven. It looks really splotchy. Like, if you need someone, okay.
Glad. Yeah, sure. Kind of puts his head down.
I understand the decision is difficult. That is something I have pondered for quite some time. But at the end of the day, it's not a decision I can make. And the decision that you make, I cannot help you in. Because I am duty-bound not to interfere. But I cannot, in my right conscience, knowing Lutum's standing in the homeland, I cannot, in good conscience, let him free.
I'll look at Mouse, and with this new background information, and just kind of also talking to everyone, but specifically looking at Mouse, I have faced the wrath of elemental fury before. Whether it was all mostly fire that me and my family kind of had to deal with growing up with our organization, but if all of based on this guy's opinion / comments, which he has more access to the elemental hierarchy than we will probably ever have, if he's saying that they don't really care if he's dead, he was an outcast before he was imprisoned here and no one really cares about him, and then we set him free, I feel like we would have more than earth elemental fury to deal with afterward, if you know what I mean. I think we would make a lot more people angry than we first initially realized. And I have sadly seen the wrath that has been placed upon this world from said fury. I unfortunately don't think cleansing him is the right path.
Yeah, I really thought that cleansing him was going to be the right path, but more and more I worry we just don't fully understand these people, and we need to resolve this place. And if it's what they are sort of saying is the more preferred option, I'm more skeptical. Worry a bit that even if we did cleanse him, it wouldn't be
The end.
the end or a good situation. Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree. And at face value, violence will ensue. And we either fight this lovely purple being in front of us, or we fight what could be a very cool large dark shadow ball. And that sounds sick as hell.
Was not fun
So-
when I watched the vision. Not fun. If you want to see a representation of what I drew of this thing, not fun.
Love the shading.
Oh, well, thank you. I've been working on it a little bit. Yeah.
I think I disagree. I do. I think it's unfair to make decisions about someone else's fate based on what could happen. And this isn't our decision to make. But if we have to make it, I think it's either try to let him go or try to contact the people whose decision it is. It seems unfair to put someone into the ground that we have no ties to, no bearings with, no understanding of what they did to get here in the first place, just based on one, no offense, dude, but one dude's experience. But I am 1 and we are 6. 5? We're 5.
Math is hard.
That's right.
Math is hard.
That's why I'm a humanities major.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
We could seal the cave.
I
They
thought we had brought that as not a
destroyed
viable
it.
option. I mean, because I know I was initially team. It's unethical for us to act in a situation where we don't have all the context and don't really know what the rules of the game, so to speak, are. But I also understand that inaction, in a way, is worse because we are being asked to be involved, and it's cowardice. Yeah, we're presented with a problem. We're bound to try to help, I guess. I'd rather take the word of one person over the word of no one. So I think I'm on sphere release, I guess.
Yeah. I'm really conflicted about it, but I think I lean the same place. I really thought I was going to want to cleanse this elemental. And I still do, but I'm less convinced it's the right answer. And I think perhaps the lesser of these evils or the safer choice is to kill this sort of corrupted version of him.
It's not a forever death.
True.
Which I know isn't a like, oh, that makes it all okay, but it's part of something larger. And we're just a small moment in it. Maybe that's cowardice, I don't know.
Adriath, you have no concept of how long it would take for your counterparts to show up if we just contacted them?
He looks quizzically for a moment and says, I don't think I am where I think I am, based on your descriptions. Islands, skies, a cave entrance. The only entrance I guarded was the one above the obelisk.
Okay.
This gives me pause on speculating how long it could take for a response to be formed.
Are you familiar with the planes? Am I familiar with the planes?
You have a rough, well, you've probably become roughly familiar just by virtue of being friends with Aesop. But you would not have, in your backstory, you would not have any details. But you ask him and he says, I've traversed several.
Do you know what plane you should be on, or this place should be on?
Oops.
I
I disappeared. Oh God.
I really didn't want to answer that question.
Yeah, see ya. Give me a second to...
All good.
Okay. He looks at you and says, your people would call it the plane of Earth.
Yeah. You are definitely not.
Yeah,
on the
this ain't
plane.
that. This is not that.
Well, this complicates things, although in time I'm sure I could... He sort of takes a deep breath and says, in time I'm sure I could find how to return.
Could you go back through the obelisk? Would that take you back? Or did you come through that to get here?
The obelisk leads to my sanctum, but my sanctum... He pauses and says, perhaps.
Different.
If we are not in the plane of Earth, I don't think my normal method of transportation would work.
Okay. So, what do we all think we're doing? Sorta sounds like we're all mostly, or the group is mostly leaning towards fighting the corrupted version of this elemental and letting him be reborn on his plane eventually.
Not too
True?
happy with it, but yeah, correct.
Yeah, I don't think any of us love it, but
I think I would rather face the fury of one than possibly face the fury of many.
Lex, I know you've been a bit quiet post me calling you out on a botched makeup job, but how are you feeling?
What? What?
Cool, great, okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Got it. You need
you
to
okay,
chat,
Lex?
Perhaps I should give you a moment to discuss.
Be great, thanks.
Thanks.
I just watch Adrith walk away.
He resumes his sort of presence over here, keeping an eye on the control sphere, which you've sort of determined to be the what would cleanse Lutum.
Is everything okay, Clax? There was like one moment where you were fine, then you were like, "Ugh," ugh," and then it just like turned all white.
He talked to me.
Well, he's been talking to us. Are you talking
In my
about it?
head,
Oh,
in Draconic,
oh.
and I don't know what he meant. And the problem is, I don't know a lot of these things, especially when it comes to magic, and it got me thinking about what have I done? Like, where am I at? Did I have any reason to? Guys, there's a reason why I try not to think too much, because it's not a good slope to go down. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do last night. Now I really don't know what to do, because I thought I had this guy figured out. I thought he was just a coward, but he made some reference. I don't know. This whole thing is just not good. Like,
Wow.
I
That means that he probably has magic capabilities in some way, shape, or form, which is not good. And has a draconic bloodline, which also isn't good. Especially if we need to possibly fight him.
So, we were given a mission to go capture the dragon,
Mhm.
the air dragon or whatever.
Sure.
Is it common knowledge slash myth in this world that there are elemental dragons or dragons made up of almost like a me as a player has never heard of anything
Yeah.
resembling an earth dragon.
I mean, I'll give you a. Well, are you voicing this to the group? Because I feel like other people are more qualified for this role, but Flint himself would probably. It'd be like a really hard DC, you know.
Yeah, I would probably be talking this out loud, like, I guess.
Okay.
I
would say,
as far as I'm aware, they kind of just are creatures of the plane, and they can take up forms. But I will still love to roll.
yeah, I would give Aesop and Clax each a roll just based, like Aesop from elemental perspective, Clax from the, Dragonborn perspective.
History.
History.
Okay.
History. It's all I've been rolling. 2.
Oh,
and
that was a
3.
17. That was a 17 and rolled off of it. Damn it.
No idea.
This you think it's there in the back of your head somewhere, but the stress of the situation makes it hard to pull it out.
Agreed.
Right. Well, I'm just going to assume he's a rock dragon then. Dirt dragon? Nah, rock dragon. Yeah, that's unexpected.
We contain multitudes. Isn't that just beautiful?
All right. Are we doing this? None of us seem to really like it.
No.
But I think we all think it's the best route.
I mean, I don't think there's a world in which we like what we're doing. Which, I don't know what that says about the occupation we've entered, but I do think this is the best course of action.
Lucrative for a reason. Well, shall we go turn some turntables and make crystals different colors?
Just confirming, which option are you doing? I'll speed through some of the turning tables and how that plays out, but I just want to make sure.
I think we're shattering the dome.
Yeah. 6 yellow, 3 blue, 3 red. Shattering the sphere.
as we're kind of in the process of doing this, I'll just kind of like hold Mouse's hand because I know she's like still super reluctant and uncomfortable with this whole idea. I'm just as reluctant as you are to do this. I've unfortunately seen the wrath that comes with elemental fury on this world, and I've seen good people die from it.
Yeah, but not this elemental. I believe that there's risk. I certainly am hearing what everyone's saying. I don't feel like this is our place. I respect you all and I will help you. But I'm not sure that I can help fight it. I will help you in the best way I can. I believe in you all.
Go ahead, none. Let go.
Over the course of 10 minutes or so, Adrieth sort of accompanies you as tables are turned and you figure out sort of how to have this command sphere powered. And as he leads you all down here with it all lit, he sort of shares, I appreciate you being thoughtful. And of course, I appreciate that it's challenging. He looks at Mouse when he says that. I cannot help you in this fight. My barring his actual escape, that is the only time I'm allowed to intervene. If he gets past you, I will ensure that he does not go further.
I'm going to summon my Eldritch.
Yeah.
I thought that would just check off a use of it.
Yep. And he says, I will activate the sphere. I would recommend that you prepare yourselves above.
Rada casts a good hunter's mark on the sphere.
Okay, we're gonna pull everybody up here. And feel free to position yourselves as you'd like. Let me know if you... there's sort of like your ability to time things with Adrieth. He's not... he has given you X amount of prep time. Say what?
Oh, I like couldn't hear you for a few
Oh,
seconds.
sorry. Yeah, that's right. Whenever I change scenes on OBS, my mic goes out. Okay. Adrieth is timing, is working through this process with you such that he can time when the activation will happen. So feel free to position yourselves. Feel free to give yourself any kind of buffs that you so desire. I'm going to pull out Flint's cannon here in a moment. And if there's anything... Go ahead.
I'll work on getting us all the max temp hit points or whatever.
Okay.
12.
And do you want a tiny cannon or a small cannon?
Tiny.
Okay, I am putting it... I put it in the lake. You can move it wherever you want.
And how close do I have to be to get that benefit?
It's pretty close. I think it's just within 10 feet or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's just when you activate it. You can then move away. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As we prepare, I'm gonna be like, y'all know I'm squishy. I'm gonna stay by a staircase, and if I need to escape or run away, if there's like a big attack, I will just dive into the staircase and try to dodge as much as possible.
I will say one more thing that Adrieth does. He has collapsed the exit on this level, and seems to have covered it with like shards of metal in an attempt to prevent escape from here.
Both stairs leading up and down?
No, so just where you guys entered over here, he's collapsed that. The stairs are still going up to every level.
In the I think you said we have pretty accurate countdown on this. In the 6 seconds before it takes effect, I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Clack.
Oh boy. Yes, we have perfect timing, so there will be no wasted rounds when this starts.
I look at Clack, so I'm assuming you're up front.
Yeah, so I'm trying to position myself kind of away from, not to sound stupid, but MMO, I'm a tank. I'm gonna pull the AoE from the boss away from everybody else. So wherever everybody is, I kind of want to get, don't have to be on the opposite side, but just definitely away a bit so that they're...
Yeah. I'm trying to position my cannon so that it's reasonable to get to you or us. So I'll keep it kind of between us.
As soon as Mouse casts the Enlarge on the same count, I will give Clack's Bardic Inspiration. You have it for 10 minutes, and if you fail while using it, you still have it.
Yeah, you're only big for a minute, so...
Let's go.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would coordinate with Adriath, now, and then you would sort of, it would be activated. Or that's when you would cast the spell, so you're not large while you're in this planning process. Are the lights accurate? I think I have a light around Clax. I have...
The light rock on me.
Yes.
Am I suitably in darkness then? I'm right behind Mouse.
Currently, yes.
Mouse, in theory, could have one of my rocks if she needs it. But
I would say it's in the pocket. I keep it, but I don't feel the need to have light right now.
Okay. Does everybody feel prepared?
Sure.
Think so?
Sure.
No, but here we go.
We give ourselves 10 hit points, no? Or...
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody should have 12 temp hit.
Perfect. 12. Hot stuff. Anything helps me.
You all give the signal. Adriath is communicating from a distance using telepathy to Clax, having already made that connection before, and Clax gives an affirming note that this is starting, and as Clax gives the symbol to go, which you may do if you'd like, that is when all of you cast your spells and things happen.
I'll just say to myself as I give Clax his inspiration, I'll just kind of whisper, I hope you guys are proud of me. And just kind of ready myself up.
The energy from below where Aesop is standing, you see a flash of light in the room below you, sort of in that there's a little gap from the stairs to the bottom floor. And that energy starts to boil the water in this pool in the center of the room. As it explodes upwards, there's the water both boils and then also hardens into sort of like a stalagmite in the ground, like an icy stalagmite in the ground that pierces up into the orb above. And as this floating black sphere cracks at the force of this magical device hitting it, you see almost like a... What are those like party shoot,
Pinatas?
pinata, yeah, like a pinata. It cracks open and ash starts to flood out of it, and there's a large thunk as a misty, ashen, large shape appears from within the pool, having shattered and scattered the magical ice sphere below. And what you see before you is something that we will roll initiative on.
Woo! Great start. Get my ones out of the way. Not a 7.
The Drada, as like before your turn, I'm just going to sort of go over a little bit. As the smoke fades and you start to see the shape beneath it, nothing is actually obscured by the smoke. It seems to dissipate really quickly, but the shape in front of you seems that of an earth elemental. However, it is incredibly jagged, and there are protrusions coming in from it that seem like unnatural rock formations. Additionally, there seems to be a light wetness about it. And with your dark vision, well, you don't need dark vision because Klax is lighting up this space. It's almost like it's oozing blood, which is quite unfamiliar to anybody who knows sort of rock elementals at all, or earth elementals at all. But it is your turn.
Okay, cool. That's metal as hell. Because Hunter's Mark sure was cast already, I believe I have 4 shots that are about to get thrown out into the space. Would, because either I am in darkness or because Klax is nearby, would a sneak attack come into play? If not, no worries.
You would have to shoot to find out.
That's fair. And remind me, because it's been a hot minute, how you want me, with all of the dice that get rolled if I hit, how do you want me to go about calculating hits and damage and all of that?
I mean, yeah, it has been a minute since we've had a fight. I think that... I mean, hopefully it's... Because before we had some lag issues, and so it was really troubling to have to wait to see what the roll is or what the damage was. But I think just to sort of do one attack at a time, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all with your crossbow, correct?
Everything's with the crossbow. So 27 hits, it does 7 damage plus an additional d6.
It does, and you do not believe that a sneak attack has occurred in this moment.
Okay, cool. Let's roll that extra d6. Great.
Okay.
And
this is your... You do have a... Yeah, your...
And my d8 as well.
Correct. And also your hand crossbow... Or sorry, your... Is this a hand crossbow? Yes.
It's a hand crossbow.
Right. It is infused, and so you actually, as your magic pierces it, whereas you would normally expect it to kind of bounce off a little bit, it actually does stick in.
So d8 gets rolled. Love that. Attack number 2.
An 18 does not hit.
Cool. Attack number 3.
A 28 definitely hits.
Cool. And additional d6. That and attack number 4.
Okay. That does hit as well.
These are good start. Good start.
There you
Let's
go.
see it.
I don't know how much damage that is in total.
Yeah, I am trying to figure that out. So I think-
46.
Are you? And the second attack was a miss. You accounted for
Yep.
that.
Yep. So 3 attacks. So the first one was 17 total. Third one was 16 total, and the fourth one was 13.
Okay, that's it's a considerable amount. As Drada kind of unloads into this creature, there's a sound of like a minor avalanche that seems to be like the throes of a painful death scream. No words that Aesop can discern, but certainly a active response in heavy pain. You still have your movement if you'd like.
Sure do. And because Drada's also a little squishy, Drada's gonna sneak behind this here wall right to the other side to try to peek around for next attack.
Okay. Flint, it is your turn, and all I will say is the attack from Drada seems to have drawn significant attention in your general direction. This is something that Klax picks up on too, is that right now, Klax doesn't seem to be being looked at all.
Noted. Is this staircase next to me one that goes up or down?
That's one that goes up.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to fairy fire this guy, because he looks hard to hit. Before I make this show up in text, you'll have to make a dex save.
Okay.
That'll work.
Let's do a good old roll for him. He is successful.
I was really banking on the fact that he was not going to be dexterous, and he's not.
He's not. He just rolled high.
That's a good idea, though.
Cool. And then I will sort of duck behind this staircase a bit.
Okay.
Maybe move this a little.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Mouse.
Yeah, so nobody's taking damage. I'm already concentrating. I wonder if I could use my turn to try and get a sense of his initial just disposition and feeling about being here. Can I just try to learn something about his attitude peeking around the corner?
Are you willing to spend a bonus action to do so?
I'm not doing anything on my turn. That just
okay.
is my turn.
Okay. Then yes, roll an insight check with advantage because it's what you're solely focused on. Okay, with an 18, what originally started as sort of the disorientation of somebody waking up, as best as you can tell from an earth elemental, very, very quickly turned into murderous fury as Drada hit it with attacks. You know that Drada is currently in the danger zone.
Oh, he took a lot of damage. Sounds good. I'm just gonna kind of duck behind this here wall, and I'll peek back out next turn.
Okay. You are up, Klax.
All right. First question. You said it came down with a bunch of ash around it, and I'm assuming that ash potentially looks familiar. If so, is the ash airborne, or if I approach it, do I think I'm going to be in the ash?
The ash is immediately surrounding him in sort of a 5-foot radius. So in order to get up on him, you would have to enter the ash, and it does have a familiar look to it.
Kind of changes things a little bit, but I think I have an idea. Wait one, just sorry, that kind of changed things. So just give me 2 seconds here. I'm going.
I'll give you some. I'll give you something.
Mhm.
Because you are larger, your head is much higher than normal. You think you can. Your head would rest above the cloud of the ash, as so long as you were in this enlarged state.
Gotcha. So what I think I will. Yeah. All right. F it, we're gonna try it. So, wrapping my axe on the side of my shield, I'm gonna, try and make some noise and rush forward. So I'm gonna move forward. Is that 10, 15 feet, I believe it is, of movement. And then for my first action, I'm gonna go ahead and take my attack action with my. Sorry, I need to expand my character sheet here. I'm gonna go ahead and strike with my battle axe.
Okay.
Oh, there goes. Okay. Does a 22 hit?
That does hit, yes.
All right. So, and I get to roll 1d4. Being enlarged. So, 14 slashing.
Okay.
First strike.
Your weapon is also magical, and you see it carve off a section of rock.
I will then strike with my second attack. Ooh. Because I think I'm going to burn my first. Sorry, it has been a minute, so let me find it. I'm going to burn a superiority die for precision attack. That's before the effects are applied, because I don't think 15 is going to hit it. Did that roll?
It didn't seem to, but just roll a d8, I think is what we're at now.
I believe so. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. Come on. Big number. 7. Okay.
Okay,
right.
22, that does hit.
Okay, now that one doesn't add any damage if I remember correctly, but that just allows me to actually hit.
I think the enlarge is for every hit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Correct,
you
no,
get an
but
extra D4 on anything you hit with.
Correct, but some of my superiority die, I add that to the damage roll as well.
Oh, yeah. Precision attack is not one of them, yes.
Correct, yep. All right, so my damage was originally a 12, plus 1d4. So I put it on my big screen so I could see the battle a little bit better because I'm getting blind in my old age. So 13 for the second attack. Then as a bonus action, let me make sure I'm doing this, because if I took an attack action turn, I'm going to try and shove the creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. So I'm going to attempt to slash it twice with my axe, and I'm going to try and pretty much just crack it over the head with the shield as a due to my shield master. And so I get to make a special melee attack for shoving it. So just a normal attack roll, right?
I believe so, yes.
All right, bear with me without clicking on thing in here. That is... sorry. I should know this.
That's all good. Actually, yes. So this is your bonus action to shove the creature 5 feet.
Right. Yep. Sorry, if I just want to make an attack roll without my weapon.
Just roll your weapon.
Okay.
And we'll just not do the damage. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you. I need to get back to my inventory page. Try to be quick, guys. Sorry.
That's all good. We haven't fought in a while.
Ooh, 18. Do I want to burn 2?
You also have your Bardic Inspiration as a reminder.
D8.
D8. I will take that Bardic Inspiration right now because I think this might be helpful.
And if you still fail, you keep it.
All right. Ooh, does a 20 hit?
It does.
All right. So now, sorry. This is not an extra, it's a large creature like me, I imagine, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Oh, actually, I didn't need to make the attack roll. Sorry. I just get it. Sorry, I should know this. Yeah, I just try and shove it. So I didn't need to take the attack roll. I'm sorry. I did extra things, so I still have my Bardic Inspiration. I didn't need to do that with Shield Master. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action to try and shove the creature.
Well, a shove is a type of attack, and
Okay, so I still had to use it. Okay.
Yeah, so a shove, it's not spelled out within the Shield Master ability, but a shove is a shove attack that anybody can do with an action.
Yep.
Well,
So now it's-
and we should talk. Do you know what a shove is?
Yes, you make a contested at strength. Well, in my case, strength versus either their strength or acrobatics. If I succeed, target's incapacitated. You succeed if it's automatically. If you succeed automatically if it's incapacitated. If I succeed, either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
Yes.
So
it's not a. This technically was not an attack roll. So keep your inspiration dice because this is going to be the contested strength check.
Okay.
You have advantage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, from being large.
Okay. And so
And it's a strength or athletics. Is that what it said?
Yeah, strength/athletics. Oh, so I rolled strength. I should probably use athletics because it's additional.
Well, just tell me what your plus with athletics is. We'll
plus
keep the
6,
roll.
so it's a 21.
Okay. Seeing if there's anything. Okay, this creature does not have anything specific to athletics, so we're just going to roll a strength check for it. 14.
Prone.
Okay, it is prone.
All right, then action surge. No, I think I'll hold my action surge right now because I think I want to kind of wait a minute. So, and then the rest of my movement, I'm just going to move more directly in front of him to block any path. Unless you guys think I should swipe at him while he's prone right now.
Okay.
You do
All
you.
right. All right, I'll go ahead and burn action surge and strike at him 2 more times with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh, advantage, please. There it is. Sorry. Downside with moving the. Okay. 19.
A 19 is a hit.
Okay, and then second one. Ooh, don't
lordy.
even need to roll. All right. So the first one's 13 plus 1d4.
Yeah, and then roll an additional 2d4 for the crit as well.
Okay. So 14 on the first one. And then the second one is 5. So that was what?
21. And on that one.
Yeah. So 21.
21 and 14.
There's a total of 35 damage on these 2 attacks, I believe.
Yep.
Sheesh.
And that is my turn. Thank you for your patience.
Of course.
Appreciate
of course.
it. It's been a while.
That is a considerable set of opening blows, and as you sort of take the measure of this creature in front of you at the beginning of its turn, because it is within 5 feet of stone, you see some of the stone in the pool starts to be absorbed by the creature as it will do a little bit of healing.
Ooh.
That is a garbage roll.
So it's sort of like what you sort of. I'm trying to figure out how to do this as well. +9. You start to see like almost that the ground in this pool is eroding away, and sort of joining with the rocky form in front of you, as it is quite upset by what you've done. It is going to spend half of its movement to get up, and presently you are really the only target it can make with its remaining movement, but it seems to be heading in a direction around you. But on its way there, it's sort of crashing through you with a flurry of attacks. First, we are going to do a slam attack against Klax.
I will silvery barbs the first roll.
Okay. So let me re-roll that slam. Same roll. Who do you give your advantage to?
Ooh, I don't know if I can give it to myself.
It says it specifically says you can choose yourself in parentheses.
Yes, I will give it to myself.
Okay. And Klax, you are hit for 17 bludgeoning damage. And as part of hitting you because it successfully made a slam attack, it is pulling energy from you. If you can make a Constitution saving throw.
Oop, sorry, wrong screen. Con save. $25.
Okay. And this does not do half damage in this instance. So you manage to avoid any of that. You feel this sort of like rocky fist pull, like trying to pull your life essence out of you, and is not able to do so. But it still gets a second attack for a 20.
That hits.
You could enjoy another pleasurable 12 damage. And it's only able to do the energy drain once per turn, so that will end its turn.
If you don't mind, since I took an attack, I am going to... Oh, nope, he did not miss me. Never mind. I'm good.
Okay. Aesop, it is your turn.
Seeing what Flint did fail, but recognize that it could be super useful, I will try the same thing and cast Fairy Fire on the creature. But since it's a 20-foot area, do it away from Clax on the other side.
Yeah, it should tell you where to drop the template, but I kind of assume where you're pointing it.
So, like, there.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Let's see if it's super dexterous again. It fails.
Oof.
And is now under the effects of Fairy Fire.
So that was my action. I'm gonna, as it's getting closer this way, I'm gonna move opposite end. Oh shoot, I should probably count that. Move closer. I'm gonna move closer to the tablet over here. So I'm gonna move 30, almost 40 feet here. And I have, because we haven't done, oh, we have 30. So I'm gonna move 2 spaces away. Cool. And that is my turn.
Okay. I was trying to come up with icons to use, and I enabled a magic icon shield for Fairy Fire. It's not a real magic shield, it's just that. At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action to rear up. And what you sort of only see is that it is raising its fists in the air in front of Clax. And that ends its legendary action turn. It is now Drada's turn.
Don't like that rearing up. That's fun. Okay, to start, I will try to move my character in vain. Get line of sight. There you go. And take 3 shots.
Okay, please do.
These are with advantage because Fairy Fire?
Correct.
Yep.
Hell yes. Aesop, you are an icon and a legend, all of the above. For the crit, we'll see. Oh.
Sorry, that hits.
3.
You guys do currently know that it's AC. I think you've narrowed it down to 19. Your dice are.
Crit's so sad.
Yeah, that is sad. But still a considerable amount of damage.
Oh, and there's 3d6 coming your way as well.
Okay, so yeah, it's up to 23 plus 6 is 29.
Lovely. And I'm going to keep moving this way. Still very much on the metal.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to use another legendary action. And as it slams the ground in front of Clax, it deals 4d8 guaranteed damage as a burst of necrotic energy sort of slams from the ground and rips into Clax. My radius thing seems to be broken. Oh, and
that's an AoE effect, not a
yeah,
target.
yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a 10-foot radius around him. I'm going to try to fix that. But you immediately take 15 necrotic damage, and it heals 8 of that because my tooltip is also broken.
All good.
One other question, and also Clag's paying friend. Would I get sneak attack on an attack?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you would have. Yes. So go ahead and roll an
So I'll
additional
throw
sneak attack.
1d6.
All right. Yeah, because I forget that you're a rogue now.
Sure am. Yeah, it's fun.
Oops. Oh shoot. I just gave it. I made it have negative 5 hit points instead of doing 5 damage to it.
It can have
More fun, yeah.
Fight over.
Okay.
Did you already move? Is that the end of your turn?
I did move. Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Flint, you are. Oops. Flint, you are up.
Yeah. Clax has managed to get himself too far from a cannon. But I am gonna go ahead and move that 5, 10, 15. Oh well, I guess we can get it to here. Well, this thing's probably gonna run this way. Yeah, I'm just gonna move it 5, 10, 15, 20. What was the radius on that attack? It was 10 foot?
There's a 10-foot radius, yes. I'm trying to fix that right now.
Move here. That should be close enough that I can get Quack's next turn. And beyond that, I will I'll poke my head out and Scorching Ray at this guy.
Okay. Be 3 attacks, I believe.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this handles this.
That is a miss.
Well, these should all have.
It should be with advantage, yes. Yeah, correct. That is a hit. That is significantly better.
Can I? Alright. So that's first one. This doesn't really give me a good option for doing this.
I think if you control click, then it rolls with advantage.
Well,
I see. Scorching Ray because it's 3 attacks. Yeah.
Here. All right, I can do it without consuming
Yeah.
spell. That'll work.
Did you crit?
Oh, I did.
Okay. So yeah, roll 2 more d6 because you crit again. Yeah, maybe it's shift that is for advantage. Controls are hard.
Yeah. One more time.
That is also a hit. So that is 16, 16, and 8. So that is 40 fire damage that Flint unleashes upon it from the side of the room.
And Flint will duck back behind these stairs.
Mouse, now that it's your turn, you see that Flint has newly drawn its attention. You know that the murderous fury that you've been monitoring seems entirely focused on Flint at the moment.
Flint, what are you doing?
I mean, this is what I do. I shoot things.
I don't know what to do with that information. I'm just gonna heal Clax because that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Please do.
You regain 11 hit points.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
good for a healing word.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use your action for anything, even if it's not attacking?
I So I was kind of hidden behind this thing, so I'm going to stay out this time so that I can prepare to woe him the next time he attacks somebody, but that's a reaction anyway. So,
Okay.
That is my turn.
Okay. Klax, it is your turn. Feeling a little better with Mouse's healing, but definitely you have taken a brunt of assaults.
Yep. And so, when does the cannon take effect? Is that the next turn, or?
I do it as a bonus action on my
Gotcha.
turn, so you weren't close enough for me to be able to activate it.
All good. Good. So first thing first, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this because he's probably behind that. So I'm gonna do first of all attack, and I should have done something else last turn. I just realized, wow, that is garbage damage.
Well,
plus 1d4.
Roll again, just to see if you would have crit, because you do have advantage with Fairy Fire.
Yes.
No. Okay, so still 7 damage.
1d4. 11.
Okay, that's a lot better.
Going to go ahead and pop the second one. Ooh, before you tell me, because like you said,
Again with advantage though. So before
sorry,
you spend anything, yeah.
Yep, keep forgetting. Thank you. Even though you just said it, that should hit.
Yes, that does hit.
Roll 1d4. So then, as a bonus action, again, going to attempt to shove it. So contested athletics.
Okay.
Come on, big roll, big roll, big roll. That is not a big roll. An advantage. It is a strength check, right? So I still get.
That is true.
Yeah, from your enlarged state, yes.
Come on, big number, big number, big number. Oh, that was an 18.
It was,
An 18.
It was about to.
All right, so he ignores it. That actually, what I will do is I will still maintain combat, but I'll just continue to position myself in front of him to give him a target he has to work through. And actually, I'll just move a little bit over here so he's kind of more shielding Flint. And that is my turn.
Okay. On its turn, you see you did damage to it, and it acknowledges your presence. It is sort of like grimacing as anything without a face can at you in a somewhat threatening manner. But it seems to have its sights set on going around you. So 5, 10, I don't know how to, 15. And when it reaches this, you notice something. And this is sort of something that Aesop had almost a premonition that earth elemental type things have this ability. It starts to glide into the ground.
Yeah. And
completely, you watch as its form sort of, it's not tunneling, it's almost like it's merging with the stone.
Do I get an attack of opportunity as it disappears into the stone?
I would still say yes. Yeah, it is leaving your space, so I will say yes.
Okay, and that is my reaction, though, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, let's make sure it's a good one. Ooh, fishing for crit with the fairy fire.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, that one rolled right off of it. Slash roll 1.
Oh, and I also forgot to give it its heal, so I'm just going to do that.
Yep. Okay, so 14 slashing.
Okay, so 14 slashing. It's going to have gotten 8 back, so I will deal 6 damage to it. Hold on, I forgot how much it moved. It was here, 5, 10, 15. This is the point at which it absorbs into the ground and disappears. I'm debating.
Take your time.
Oh, can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Hang on.
It has exactly enough movement to surface in front of Flint. As it does. One thing, Aesop, make a history check for me. just sort of as you're assessing this situation tactically a little bit.
Dang it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave that in. I'll leave you to wonder what I'm planning. But
Yep.
it is going to make an attack against Flint. Does an 18 hit?
I will.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I'll minus the d6 that, but I didn't get it off its head.
No, feel free. If
And I
you
will
have
minus
woe,
D6
yeah,
that.
please do.
Woo.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to assume a 12 does not hit. And it's going to make its
Yeah.
second attack.
The 18 wouldn't have hit either. But
What? I have to technically announce it before I see the roll, so I would have used it either way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, who's the tank in this group?
Artificers are just heavy armor bros.
yeah,
They're pretty squishy past that.
yeah. Which I'm gonna go ahead and shield that because I feel like this thing hit Clax hard.
Okay.
So
You raise your arcane shield as it radiates out of your like circuitry tattoos, and it sort of bounces off. This thing is towering above you. You are quite small in its presence, but you manage to avoid immediate harm. Aesop, it's your turn.
I need to see how far away I am. So give me 1 second while I just measure out. Hopefully I'm clicked on it. How far away am I? Ooh, almost 90 feet. Okay. So I'm actually gonna run closer to it, unfortunately. I'm gonna move about 30 feet closer, which would be that spot right there. And I'm just gonna whisper to myself, I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna attempt to cast Shatter on him, which is not fun for stone objects.
It is not. I will
Has
also.
disadvantage on the saving throw. And
Okay.
I will let me read the higher level thing when you cast this using a 3 or higher level slot. I will cast it at 3rd level.
That's a considerable choice. Go ahead and do that.
Right there. Oh, okay. It just did the damage. But
Well, yeah, but then
it's a
I'll-
constitution save.
yes, at
15.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I should have taken the lesser, not the higher. So it fails. And as pieces of it come flying off, you also recognize not only is it disadvantaged because of the spell, it is vulnerable to thunder damage as it takes a considerable amount. And it is just roaring in absolute like pain and fury at the moment.
So do I roll another 3d6 since it's vulnerable, or what?
No. I just doubled the damage. Yeah. So it took 32 damage.
Oof. Just like kind of like a single tear dropping from me because I'm like totally not used to dealing like so much damage to elementals. I'm like, oh, this is not fun.
Okay. Is that the end of your?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's my turn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. If you're still, if Aesop is having a moment.
I'm just thinking of, wow, my parents really do this for a living. Just kind of thinking about them and just how brave they are, truly. But that is the end of my turn, my movement and my action.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you see it spending a legendary action to rear up again in front of Flint.
Ooh.
And Drada, it is your turn.
As Aesop does all that damage and has a little like, wow moment of like, my parents do this. This is weird. I'm just very much disassociating in battle as you do. Just being like, did a good job. Again. And I'm going to move. about there. Fire off some shots, baby.
Shots.
What's that? Oh, so close.
Fairy fire still on?
Yes.
Fairy fire is still on, yes. Ooh.
Got it.
Lordy,
Nice.
lordy.
This
Okay.
fairy fire is resulting in a lot of.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
do
shit, dude. For this fairy fire.
roll, yes. So you owe me a couple. I think you owe me 3d6, 2 for the
Oh.
hunter's mark and 1 for the crit.
Happily.
Drada, their arrow just sort of soars into what you imagine to be a central vulnerable spot that is just oozing this dark red liquid. It's not looking good,
You love to see it.
but you still have 2 attacks.
Sure do. Thank you. Okay, so a little bit less good.
But better.
But acceptable.
Of unacceptable. Okay, so there's
Okay.
an 8 damage. And we'll see.
Fish for the crit.
Fish for that crit. Nope, but but still good enough.
Ooh,
And another 10 damage.
very good. Drada is certainly doing quite a bit in this moment. Is that the end of your turn?
That is, thank you very kindly.
At the end of Drada's turn, it is going to unleash a necrotic burst that still is not working. Okay, I fixed the tooltip, but I didn't fix the radius. Can't figure that out. But you take 9 necrotic damage, Flint, as you are just sort of clouded in this ashy explosion around you. And it's your turn.
Well, seeing the thunder damage worked pretty well, and that he's right next to me, I will attempt to thunder wave. See if I can get this guy. Well,
You need to hit me because it's a AoE. I'd rather you hit me than mouse.
Well, my thought was literally just I don't actually want to push this thing towards mouse.
I'm pretty hardy, and I'm not really in the midst of things.
I go
Probably
ne-
fine.
and I go before it too.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like everybody wants me to push it in the direction of mouse. So, I will do that. I don't need to place a measured template. I'm only going to hit it.
So before that happens, I'm also going to roll 1 more d6 for sneak attack.
Oh, yes. So please do. No, we added that to the first
Yeah,
crit.
he did.
Oh, we did? No,
Yeah, we
you're
did.
so right. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. Let's give it the old con save.
Oof,
I had a sneaking suspicion that its con save was probably
pretty high.
decent. Oh, it's not as big a plus as I was expecting.
So it takes half that damage and is not pushed away.
But
correct.
it's vulnerable, right? So
Oh, yeah. So it takes the full. You're right. It takes the full damage, but it's not pushed away. Good point.
All right. Is there a point in between here that is within? How much movement do I have? Can I, like, is there a way to do like movement where it like increment? Well, whatever.
If you hit,
Um,
yeah, you can. I think if you hit hold control, you can place waypoints if you're trying to move around it.
All right. I'll just do the work. 5, 10, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I will bonus action use my cannon to give Glax and I both temporary hit points.
Okay.
big number.
So it doesn't recover lost temporary
Right.
points. It's like if you are under 8, you get to 8.
Yep. Yeah, you are now at 8 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Mouse, you are up.
Yeah, see. Oh,
I'm going to give you one more piece of information. This is sort of the last freebie because you've just been the way that you've been assessing this thing. It has a panicked look on its face, and you see it looking up towards the stairs that it's right next to.
Oh. Well, I brought all the wrong spells to this fight, so I'm not sure what I could actively do about that. But I'm gonna run backwards and reach up towards the sky and say, "Stars, please fill my cup," and take a drink of this imaginary chalice as the star energy kind of goes down my throat and fills my body as I assume my chalice form.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do healing when it
Yeah.
happens. I clicked it and it rolled.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem.
But now I'm lit up. So there's that.
Is there any more you're doing this turn, or is that it?
Unfortunately, I am a basket of bonus actions, so that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Clax, you are up.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is 5, 10.
You can step on the thing without killing it.
Okay. 15. Now, can I still get in contact beam the stairs?
Yeah,
that are
you're
there?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So first thing, take the attack action. Attack with my first attack. I'm going to. Oh,
You have
still
advantage.
has advantage. Yep. Thank you. Come on. All right. Yep. So and then instead of typing roll, I can just use this little button here. There we
Yes,
go.
you can. Yeah.
I keep typing
That's
it. I'm like,
fine.
I really need to stop doing it. All right. So first attack hits for 13. Next, did Clax observe him looking at the stairs, or that was a mouse only?
Mouse can choose to have shared that if she would like, but I think it was sort of something she was more attuned to.
Then I will.
I would have shouted, "Block the stairs!"
Okay. If she shouted that, then I am going to change what I was originally going to do. I'm going to attempt this. I think it's going to be about a 50-50 chance. I'm going to try move. Promise, it's going to knock him towards her. Sorry, I'm going to try repulsion breath. So take a big breath, and I'm going to attempt to knock it prone, hopefully, and away 20 feet. So, sorry, just find it. There it is, repulsion breath. Oh, and I
yeah. Don't worry about where it's placed. I know it. I know what you're doing.
Oop.
Let's go ahead and give it the strength.
I don't know
save.
why I took. Yeah, I don't know why.
You don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Oh, easily.
Seems to roll quite well.
Okay. Then as the bonus action, since I still took the attack action, I am going to attempt to shield bash it again.
Okay.
So contested athletics.
Let's do it.
Come on, big number, and I get advantage. So it's a 12. Ooh, well, I already passed. So
You already passed it, yeah.
and I'm going to knock him prone.
Okay.
Knock him right back down to the ground. And can I, with the last of my movement, move myself into the ladder well to kind of block it?
You can try to get on like the first stair. I will say these stairs are not sized for you at the moment, but you can put your feet on it for sure.
And I'll just stay here, hoping to kind of block him. That is my turn.
Okay. On its turn, it will heal a bit, as it does. Instead of standing up, you see that it just merges with the stone. You do get an attack of opportunity. Both of you can get an attack of opportunity as it's leaving leaving your space.
I will definitely take that.
I think we sort of decided that Flint doesn't just have a melee weapon at the ready.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yep. So 19. And then,
19
1d4.
does hit, so yes. Roll the d4.
So 11.
Okay. You know that this thing is hurting as it goes down. It is sort of, it's like you've been carving a statue almost, except it's been very like ruined and gross. And it's sort of as it heals and pulls the stone into it, it's been recovering. And as it hits the ground, after you shove it, it merges with the stone. And you sort of observe the way I want to flavor the earth glide ability. It's not tunneling. It's not creating a tunnel, but you almost like a cat under a blanket. You see a bulb of earth mass traverse up the stairway on the sort of central spire. And you know that as these ceilings are about 30 feet high, it seems to be moving at a pace that where it seems to be able to get into the other room. I will allow you to do with that information as you please. Aesop, it's your turn.
Let's see.
As I try to navigate a multi-layer map.
I'm gonna yell out, Adrieth, he's leaving! And I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet to the staircase that he just went into. So let me ruler that out. So Misty Step there. Let's see if I remember the spot right here. And then all I can do is run 30 feet towards the thing, which is right here. That's all I can do is just run towards that. I already used my spell this turn. All I can do.
Action.
Yeah, you can use action to dash as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
move again.
I'll dash up the stairs, depending on if I can make it up there with the dash action.
Okay. Unfortunately, my GM screen for Foundry is screwing up right now. So we're going to take a break, and then we're going to figure out how far you got, and then we'll get into the next... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm back. But we're still going to take a break. But where are you in the map, and how many feet do you have left?
So I was right here, and then that is 10 feet to get to the bottom of the staircase.
So you're almost up the staircase, and I would say because of your height, you peer up into the next room. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh.
Unfortunately,
it's dark.
Yeah, you also don't. It occurs to me that you do have light because that room is lit up with all the colors of the rainbow, but you are not able to see the bulb and sort of which direction it's traveling in. You don't see. You don't obviously see the enemy, but you know it's somewhere up there.
Yep, and I already told Adrieth, or I yelled it.
Yes,
he all did. So
we'll go ahead and take a quick break because this fight is likely to continue. And yeah, we'll be back and see how it goes.
I'll be as quick as I can, but I'm going to heat up some food. So
okay, no time. Take your time.
Bye.
Okay. Here is the situation, and I feel like it's most efficient to do this out of initiative order. You, as Aesop peers over the edge into the next room, you do not see it. Even without the roll that I made you make, all it tells you is that it still must be in the stone. You are in a sort of chase scenario, assuming that's what you plan to do. But I'll let you tell me. You're muted, Art.
I will be in the room above with my light and all the other colorful lights in there, trying to see if I can see the bulb and if it's continuing up.
I mean, let's go through everybody. What are your instincts in this moment as you see it traverse up these stairs? Is everybody going in full chase mode?
If there's a world in which I could theoretically fire a shot / cast a spell at it before it fully goes upstairs, I would, and if this is complete nonsense, feel free to let me know. I would try to throw an entangle on it just because it says roots come out from the ground and come from the stone, and I'm wondering if, this could also be true.
Well, unfortunately, its movement speed was enough to get it to the next floor.
Groovy. Well, that's what I'll try to do when we get up there.
Yeah, once you find it, you might be able to attempt that, but getting to it does make that a little difficult.
Let's say, isn't it also hunter's marked too?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So you can track it for sure.
I would be chasing the clan and every 6 seconds mostly just launching heals.
Okay. Clax, in order to get up the stairs, will have to be smaller.
As soon as I see him struggling, I will drop and large.
And Clax is thankful, and gut reaction is he is chasing this mofo down.
Flint is chasing it down slower.
Yeah, let me ask that question as I sort of narrate what happens. Are you going as fast as your slowest member, or is the objective to, because Drada can get ahead of you guys with, no, you don't have cunning action yet for bonus action dash, I don't think.
I don't.
Okay, so maybe not. Maybe actually the order will not be that disparate, but those of you who are closest to the stairs will be able to get up faster, but some characters may be lagging behind, depending on how you approach this. So, sort of let me know what pace you're going at. Are you waiting for everybody before you begin the encounter anew?
I don't think I would.
Yeah, I think I'm letting Clax go before me. I wouldn't get in his way and block the stairs or something. But I would go immediately behind him, thinking I'll probably make it up the stairs before Drada gets bottlenecked by me.
So
And I think it looks like I'll probably be the last one up, just speed-wise and distance-wise.
I will be the last one up, both for speed-wise and just hurriedness.
yeah,
Well,
I mean,
of course.
you'll actually pass them because you have 10 feet more movement than the gnome and the halfling. So, and I say that because as you all start to run up the stairs and whatnot, by the time you get up there is the time that you see it's going up another level. It is going up to the lair with all of the urns and the obelisk. And the nature of where you're positioned now and how far he's able to get ahead of you with his 40-foot movement and dashing is such that he is able to outpace you to get to the upper level.
If I'm not dashing, am I... Well, I could because it's healing word. Even if I'm dashing, can I get off a heal on the ascent from the staircase?
Yeah, so the fastest that... And I was doing some sort of quick math. The fastest that anybody will be able to reach the floor that Lutum has went to will be in... It'll be in 3 rounds, as some of you are peeking your head up at the next floor, and the halfling and the gnome will be coming in around late.
So I know.
So you do have 3 rounds of heals. Sorry, if you would like to just sort of dish those out.
You betcha. I'm gonna give not Finn. Eric, what's your name?
Flint.
Flint. Sorry. The healing word that I will follow
Don't need
up
it.
with.
I don't.
Well, I'm gonna give the D8, which is better to Clax. And then Clax will get a D8 plus 3.
Nice.
So Clax
Thank
gets 10. Flint gets sorry, 8.
You're not able to do
Wait.
both of those into the same person?
I don't- Yeah, I don't because of the distance.
It says 2 different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And also because of the distance that they are gaining on you, you sort of have limited options to do that. So
even with Misty Step, could I get a little bit closer to the guy?
if you want to spend a Misty Step and like have one solo turn upstairs before the next wave of your party members arrive, then yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
I'll use the Misty Step spell. So that's cast.
that will be your bonus action for the turn that you arrive.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you still want to do that?
No, because I wanted to do another magic spell, so I won't be able to pop 2 off.
Okay, no, I mean, no, that makes sense. You would just Misty Step at the beginning of the first round when you're chasing. Yeah,
Right.
so then the turn that you arrive would be fine. Yeah.
So
no
I
worries.
can do something else.
Yes, you're fine. You have your full action economy.
Do I see him?
Well, I want to resolve all the chase first, because you will not see him until you get there.
Okay.
So has everybody done, like, what additional prep are you doing as you're still trying to use your action to dash, I assume? Is anybody doing any kind of bonus actions to prepare for the next leg of this?
Before I started running up the stairs, I would use my bonus action to move my Eldritch Cannon over to me and pick it up before I start running.
Yep, fair enough.
So that it's coming along with me. And I guess I might use a bonus action to try to... I don't think either Clax or I actually need it, but try to activate it to see if it gets higher. That's all.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you roll it one time, because otherwise the chase order is going to be a little finicky.
Nope, I think we both have 8, so...
Okay. So the way that I'm thinking that this will go is that we are going to start at the top of the initiative with Aesop in the room with Lutum. Then the next turn, everybody will arrive. Clax and Drata will arrive. And then the following turn, Mouse and Flint will arrive.
As I'm running up the stairs before the final floor, would it be possible to, using the like text of Hunter's Mark, try to make like a survival or perception, or I don't know, to try to gauge where he is in the room if I get any like magic lessons, and shout that out upwards so Aesop has a rough idea as to where he might be?
Sure. I think Hunter's Mark Q would just know its direction. So as you're sort of you are able to pinpoint and you're kind of tracking this over a few seconds, that it seems to be moving. It seems to be above you on the obelisk floor, moving towards the obelisk, and it is it has reached it, but is not, doesn't seem to be going beyond that.
Great. And I'm shouting out Jace up into everybody. It's at the obelisk. Head to the obelisk. Okay, everybody, look up.
Okay. Now, it's going to have had a couple rounds of healing itself. So I'm going to roll those. Just functionally 96 by at the pace you guys are chasing it. Not a lot, to be honest. Oh, I did it again. Shoot. And as you reach the top Aesop, I have all of your character tokens on this map, but some of you are hidden just so you can observe until you appear. I don't know how oh yes, okay. We are going to... I think I have to redo the initiative once we move to a new floor, which is totally fine.
And you mentioned... Okay, never mind. It's going.
So we're going to roll a new round of initiative, just because I think it's easier than figuring out who was where. So just go ahead and roll. As you're sort of taking in this new space, it's sort of your first opportunity to kind of figure out what the hell is happening. As my game explodes. We're going to refresh everything because my screen broke. I'll describe it as it's loading on my screen, but Aesop, as you sort of peer over, you see that that Lutum seems to have shattered several of the urns, and from it come sort of miniature ashen elementals that are in a similar shape to it. Additionally, you do see that the obelisk has been broken. And roll a perception check for me as you're just sort of entering this room. Now, you don't have dark vision, so you can't see terribly far in theory, but across the way, you do see that Adriath on the other stairway from where you guys are entering seems to be watching.
Watching? All right.
We're going to re-begin the combat. Technically not Strata's turn. As you appear up top, you are going first in this new initiative.
Okay, so I don't see Lutum.
Because of your light. Yeah. The way that Foundry works, you don't see him because you are not... The room is not well enough illuminated, but as you step forward, you will sort of see everything I just described. So I'm just going to say that you appear out of here, which you would.
Does Lutum appear to still have?
Oh wait, sorry, I haven't actually. I forgot to hit Lutum's counter. Yep. How long does Fairy Fire last?
Fairy Fire lasts for a minute.
I'm going to say that you probably have like 2 or 3 more rounds left on it at this point. So yes, it is still up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and that would also make Lutum glow if I recall.
Okay, so I do see him.
Yes.
That's good. I'm not really kind of paying attention where this lands. I honestly might not even see the smaller elementals. I'm just so focused on like not having this thing escape. So I'm going to cast Shatter with a 10-foot radius, 3rd level again, in the middle of them, and hopefully hitting them all. Which I do think I can do.
A 10-foot radius is a little tricky. Actually, yeah, that...
damage roll, though.
That is a good damage roll. Let me go ahead and roll for all of these guys.
Hopefully they all have disadvantage.
They are all made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal. So yes. Can I just do this all at once? I'm going to try. Okay, technically I did. So Lutum is able to save. The other two of the three do not.
Is that with disadvantage?
You're correct. Okay, yes. Let me reroll. Sorry. Let me reroll for Lutum. Lutum fails. Let me reroll for the one that had succeeded. That one still succeeds. So on a fail, because they take double damage from this, they take 52.
Yes.
Which is considerable.
Very nice. Very nice.
The two that fail are the two on the left side, just so you know. The one that succeeded is the one in the top right.
Okay.
You see them sort of like fly into pieces as you cast the spell.
I'm like kind of conjuring up images of like my parents and their bravery in this moment, knowing that this is exactly what they do for their career. And I like to imagine I like subconsciously invoked a little like two inky hands helping me cast the spell with my dominant hand. Kind of like coming out of the book and just kind of rusty in my hand.
Okay. You probably want to move at least 5 feet to not clog up the staircase. So
yes, so I will move. Boop.
Okay.
I guess do I have any movement left? Because I had to run to get up here.
I am too lazy to do the math, so I'll say that you have your full movement.
I'll go right there.
Okay. It is Lutum's turn. Regains some hit points. I keep doing the thing that's like making it have 8 hit points instead of healing at 8. And in a fit of rage, its instincts are still to bring in some reinforcements. As it comes, you see it sort of running away from you towards where you briefly saw Adriath. It's technically going around this. And it stops here, and you see as it shatters the urn, more of that mist pours out, and you see another one of these figures come out, which I will add to the initiative order. Oh, I did not seem to roll initiative for any of these guys, so I'm going to do that right now. The one that just got summoned will not act this turn. Okay, one of these would have went before you, so we'll figure that out in a minute. But Lutum ends its turn. I'm going to resolve the one that would have come up at you.
I was at the base of the staircase.
Yeah. Actually, is it that one? Let me see. Oh, no, it was this one. Okay, so one of the issues with this one coming up at you, well, no, it's my fault. We'll say it held its action because it didn't know what to do. So it's using its action to dash towards you. And then it's going to be the next one's turn. What are these guys' movements? I should actually know that. Yes, 30 feet. This one is seeming to... See, I'm equally bad at controls, don't worry. This one is rushing forward with a full dash. This one is also rushing forward with a full dash. and is able to get up on you, but is not able to attack just yet.
Good.
And the next... Oh, wait. And this one also. Right. Yes, this one will also be able to get on you. But is not able to attack. And in the next round of combat, we are going to have Drada. Drada is first to kind of come up the stairs, and then Klax will be 5 feet behind, basically.
If you'll allow me to say like a quick thing.
Sure, yeah.
He corrupted them. Watch out.
Great, love that for us. Let me know if you need any help. And let's move in groove. Where's
I will say I don't think I... Oh yeah, okay, there are... Wait. Okay, so in Foundry I used invisible walls just because the shadows were too much for this room. Technically, each of these urns is sort of like cover. So just be sure that you're getting the correct angles when you're doing shots in this room.
Okay. Is the obelisk broken, or is
The
the
obelisk-
obelisk still standing?
The obelisk has been shattered by some force.
So if I went... Oh, that goes into a wall. If I went boop, 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 here, I would have line of sight.
Yes, you would.
Great. And I will, because we started a new round of initiative, Dread Ambusher comes back online. So
I'll allow it.
Hey, according to the rules.
Yeah.
So, a moment.
Fairy Fire is still up as well.
Yes, it is.
Oh god,
And that's the Dread Ambusher, baby.
it is. So it's 2d8, 2d8, and 4d6 damage, or 3 additional d6, we'll say.
Did I roll the 46?
So you've already rolled 1d6.
Yeah, so one.
So
one, Yeah.
3d6 and 2d8 to round it out.
You.
All right, big 23 damage total on your very first attack.
And then next one coming in.
That is definitely a hit as well. I assume your
Great.
Hunter's Mark lasts more than a minute, right?
Lasts an hour.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, and there's 14 damage right there. Cool.
Yep. I'm doing all the math as it happens.
I appreciate
7
you
more.
very much. 7 and last attack.
Ugh.
Almost.
That is still a nice juicy 10 more damage.
It's 10 more damage. And because Dread Ambusher is on, or because it's another first round of combat, that gives me another 10 feet of movement. So I will hide behind that here urn.
Okay. That is the end of your turn.
Thank you.
We are going to move on to the first of one of these creatures. As Drada is shooting it, almost like a hive mind consciousness, you see that this one snaps into Drada's direction.
Which one was that? I'm sorry.
Shoot. Controls are hard. Why do I... Okay, you guys can't see like the rulers I'm using. This one comes at Drada. Klax, I'm moving you to where you will start your turn. and is going to, let me make sure I remember everything it does. Okay, it makes 2 slam attacks against you. 12 does not hit, I assume. And a 23. These are pretty simple in the sort of damage they do, but that was a high roll. So go ahead and take 17 bludgeoning damage, and if you could concentration check for Hunter's Mark for me. Sorry, Constitution saving throw. I should have said that.
Well, thank you. There.
Okay, yep. You maintain Hunter's Mark without issue. But you do suffer 17 damage. Aesop, it is your turn. Sorry, you're muted.
Sorry. I have 2 things right in front of me. Were these 2 previous ones that I've hit?
These are the ones that failed their saving throw. Both of them.
Cool.
They look pretty hurt. Or, like, they aren't showing the mental signs of strain, but they look like they're falling apart.
God. I don't do a whole lot, but I don't have a lot of melee stuff, so I'm gonna whip out my sword and try to hit them. Oh, that's not a good idea. Okay, so change of plan. And I'm gonna do this anyway without asking, because I feel like this is what he would do in a face-to-face combat situation. He's gonna Misty Step, even if I do take.
You don't.
Okay.
Yeah, Misty Step is a special ordeal.
Thankfully, I've been using 3rd level slots. So I'm gonna Misty Step at 2nd level, 30 feet away. So I'm going to go. Let's see. I'll go here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just zoom on over here. Oh. Go around the wall. There you go. I use this as a nope. Dang, I don't really have a good bonus action.
Well, Misty Step is your bonus action. You still have your action.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to.
You can't. Bardic Inspiration is bonus action. So you have an action. You can, because you cast a level spell, you can still cast a cantrip. You just can't cast another leveled spell as an action.
You know what? Sure, I'll do a Sacred Flame at one of the 2 on the left elemental that I just passed.
Okay, sounds good.
Bam. And that's the damage if it hits.
All right, let's see if it is dexterous. It does save.
Dang. So close.
Taking 0 damage in that case. Is that you still have your movement? That Misty Step was not your movement, so do you want to stay there or do you want to keep moving?
I'm gonna stay within Klax's range in case he needs help and/or he'll help me.
Okay. It is Lutum's turn, who is making the most of his environment. Is going sort of winces at the well. First, it's going to heal. Which it has an improved healing because it is within the necromantic presence surrounding it. Oh, well, it's supposed to be plus 3 more d6. So it heals a total of 17. This is a very survivable thing that you guys are it is hurting. It is sort of holding on as you're doing this. It winces at the attack that Drada shot from the side, and it's going to go around. Well, no, because it's going to destroy the urn anyway, so it really can't escape line of sight. It's going to go here, and it's going to destroy the one below it to create 1 additional corrupted earth elemental. That is its action, though. Mark all the ones that have been destroyed. And it is the other creature's turns. This one would probably just go for Aesop. And is going to come at you with 2 slam attacks.
That hits.
That does hit.
Hits. Yeah.
7 damage, and if you can roll concentration on your fairy fire for me.
Let me take the 7 off. And then, so that's just a constitution save, correct?
Correct, yes. Unfortunately, that is a failure. And fairy fire comes off. It's going to make its second attack against you as well. 20, I'm assuming, hits. And 12 more damage.
Right.
This one is going to split off and is coming for Drada, but can't reach it without dashing. I cannot reach them without dashing. So it's just going to be right here. Flint and Mouse are not up the stairs just yet, but they will be next round. And Klax, you appear at the top. You don't actually see Lutum, to be honest, because Fairy Fire just wore off. And you don't have this. I need to take off this light from Lutum. You don't actually have quite the vision you need to discern Lutum's location.
And can I tell where Aesop is, though, as I come around the corner?
Yeah, I mean, Aesop has light cast on him, so you can see Aesop without issue.
All right, so then what I'll do is, to start, I'm going to move my character. Oops. Sorry. All right, so let's go 5, 10. Oh, actually. Oh, well, that's enough movement. I'll get there. Maybe I'll get there. There we go. I'm going to run up to the one next to Aesop, and I'm going to go ahead and strike. Take 2 attacks with my axe.
Okay.
There it goes. Took it a little bit. Oof. That's need a big roll to try and make that work. So I'm assuming I missed on the 11.
If you are not going to use any resources, I will tell you that you missed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and swipe with my second one.
Do you still have Bardic Inspiration, or did you end up using it?
Oh, no, I did not.
Okay, just good to. I'm just flagging that for your awareness.
Yeah.
The second attack does hit.
Okay. And I'm not large, so that's just
big 13.
Yep, 13. How's that guy looking?
This one has not been touched yet.
Okay.
But does take the damage in full.
Then bonus action, I will shove with my shield. Contest athletics.
Yes.
Oh, that was almost a 20.
Nope, it managed to get. Yeah, it manages to stay up.
That is my turn.
Okay. This one is coming for the new threat in the room and is going to make 2 attacks against Klax. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Let's roll the second one.
Oof, that hurts.
Well, I haven't used my reaction. I will Silvery Barbs that.
Okay, so let me re-roll the second attack. Still hits, but it's not a crit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why it's green. And who are you giving advantage to?
I will give it to myself, actually.
Okay, ignore that damage because it's still treating it as a crit. So you would take 13 damage from the first attack and
12 from the second.
plus 3. Oh, yeah. 13 from the second.
Okay, so 13 and 13?
Yes, correct.
Okay. That still hurts. Okay.
And then this one, the one that was just summoned, does not act this turn. So top of the initiative, Flint will be the first up the stairs, with Mouse following just behind. But Drada, it's your turn.
Oh, I have a question. Am I in darkness?
You are.
Would those two, the little corrupted friends, how would they have been able to see me?
They seem to be able to detect you.
Are they like Avatar earthbending, like deal with fear kind of situation?
Can I send you a screenshot of my view?
Oh, please.
I'm going to send this over Discord. They literally have tremor sense.
That's rad as hell.
Yeah, it's animated on my screen. I can show you later. It's really cool.
Hell yeah. Okay, so just wanted to clarify, so they can see me, and that also means because I'm in darkness, they can still sense where I am, so no advantage.
Yeah, there's the dread ambush, or the special gloomstalker thing is not active.
Umbral sight, how dare you? Okay. With that, I'll still fire my first 2 shots at the big bad.
So you would have disadvantage by being close to somebody who's in melee range with you. Oh wait, no, because you have crossbow specialist, which ignores that. So yes, you're totally fine.
Yes. So yeah, take 2 shots on the big bad, and then take my bonus action to shoot the one directly next to me.
Okay. That is a hit. There's no sneak attack in this instance because...
Nope.
Yeah, there's no advantage anymore, but...
No, but...
Still Hunter's Mark.
So there's 10... No, did I lose Hunter? No, I kept Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, you kept Hunter's Mark. Fairy Fire was lost.
Yeah.
So there's 1 hit for 10.
19 hits as well.
My reaction again.
Another hit for 13, so 23 total. And then the one directly next to me.
Which one directly next to you? The top one or the bottom one?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, yeah.
It was going to be the one that is, the one directly to the square left.
Okay.
That's an lack move. And I think that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, so you're staying still?
For the time being, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. It is... Oops, I skipped the turn of the one immediately after. Yes. So the one next to you, the bottom one, is going to take 2 swipes with its meaty fists. First one is a definitely miss, and the second is a 14. I assume that misses.
On who?
Sorry, this is on Drada.
Oh.
With armor, yes, I think so.
Yes, your AC is 15.
Great.
Yeah, so it is attempting to punish you for your attacks against their leader. But Aesop, it is your turn.
Cool. Oh, lordy lord. Okay. Let's see. I need to... I need the measuring tool. Measuring tool.
Because of the walls, sometimes the movement is going to give you error messages, because I didn't think about that when I made the map, so you might have to do the manual movement on this map.
Okay. So I'm using my my last 2nd level spell to... Well, I'm gonna look at Klax first. I'm like, you got this? I'm going after big one.
Wraps on a shield. Good to go.
Okay. I'm gonna Misty Step out, my last 2nd level spell.
Okay. I actually just deleted the walls. We'll just pretend they're there, so you should be good.
Okay, so I'm gonna teleport. Would this be fine? 32?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna teleport. Ooh. Oh, I'm not grabbing you. Teleport there. And then I'm gonna run 30 feet. That way. How can I move it to where like it's I guess I feel like there's an easier way to move than like guessing which block I need to go on. I guess I haven't figured that out yet on her.
Well, I deleted the walls, so I think you can just move freely.
Okay, so
Just
I'm gonna
don't-
move.
Yeah, just don't end your block on one of these urns.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my 30 feet of movement. Hopefully. Oh,
Well,
okay, do I see him?
so you are radiating light.
Yes.
40 feet of dim light.
Here, he's at the 50-foot mark.
Yes, so not quite. You know that he's there, so if you're going to attempt like a projectile attack, I would allow it with disadvantage. But it's sort of, you don't actually see him in a clear way. And you don't see him as far as any spells that say you must see them at a creature you can see.
Okay. So if I prepare a spell as an action, like, does the spell slot get wasted if the trigger doesn't happen?
Yes.
Ooh.
But you can hold an action saying, I cast a spell if I see them.
So I'm gonna light up the room because it's a cantrip and that's all I can do at this point. I can vaguely see him in front of me, so I'm just gonna put a light spell at the 45 mark. So I'm trying to do it.
So you have to touch an object for the light spell, but you could dancing lights if you want to create it. Dancing lights is concentration, but you can create a variety of lights throughout the room.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna just do a string in front of me then.
So I'll give you 3 tokens that you can move around. 3 dancing light tokens.
I'll do there. I gotta click.
Which I think you've previously described as being like candles floating above a spectral book. So I tried to make like a little icon for it.
Oh, how cute! I just noticed that. That's so cute. I'm gonna just kind of do it in a single line. Try to separate it out. Yep.
Okay. Yes, because you can do that up to 120 feet. Yep, you're good. So that is your turn. And it is Lutum's turn, who is going to smash the urn above it to create another guy. And he does heal at the top of his turn as well. Let me quickly edit this so it's rolling the proper amount, because I had copied the previous version of this. Oh, that is a big roll.
Yeah, that's not good. Ooh.
But that is the end of his turn. He is staying put.
At least I can see the guy. Lord.
The other one who is still next to Klax is one of the 2 next to Klax is going to take 2 attacks.
Misses.
Okay.
And
Oh, go ahead.
is that the beat up one?
No, this is the one that has barely been touched.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, and the second attack misses as well.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay. This is a beat up one that the next step is a beat up one that is next to Drada and is attacking Drada. This is the top one. 15 is exactly your AC, I believe. Yes, so that's going to be a hit. For big 13 damage. Second attack is a miss, but if you could roll concentration on your hunter's mark. or another Constitution saving throw, rather. Hunter's Mark unfortunately drops. Flint, you find yourself up the stairs with your dark vision, which is 120 feet. Is that right? Or 60 feet?
I think it's just 60 feet.
Okay. You cannot actually see Lutum at the moment. You kind of see this chaos around you as Klax is surrounded by a couple smaller things.
Can I not see him because of the light?
Oh, yes, the dancing lights. Yes, you can see Lutum on the horizon with the dancing lights.
All right. I think based on that, I'm gonna move up. Let's see here. Where can I think I can get to? Get to like here-ish. Yeah. And then what's that put me? Okay, so I realized I haven't been rolling damage for my arcane firearm, which does an extra D8 when I cast spells, which is fine. But seeing that there are 3 of them down there, I am going to take a page out of Aesop's book and also try to shatter these things.
Okay.
You got this.
Let's see here. Can I think this will hit all of them? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I would let you be the.
Oh,
Horrible.
horrible.
What is that roll? I get an extra
Horrible.
D8, but.
I also don't think you can hit them all because they are. Well, hold on.
Okay.
I'll adjudicate that as I'll make saves for all of them and then I'll figure it out.
Well, it's terrible damage either way.
And your DC is 15. They would all have disadvantage in theory. So let me reroll for the one that succeeded on the off chance they. Because it was 4 damage, I'll just say that it can hit all of them. I don't want to think too hard about it, but.
Doubles. It does double.
Yes.
So that's 8.
So I reroll the one that had succeeded, still succeeds, but
Well,
So-
it's 11 to the one that succeeds and 22 to the rest of them. Assuming the D8 from my arcane firearm is just part of the spell's damage. And
I would assume that as well. It just says it rolls an additional D8 of damage.
yeah, when you cast an artificial spell through the firearm, roll a D8. You gain a bonus to one of the spell's damage rolls.
Yes,
equal to
makes
that.
sense.
22 damage.
Yep, I have done all of that.
And then I'll move my arcane firearm.
Did you drop it off? Because you sort of said you picked it up. You would have just thrown it to the ground when you got up here? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just moving it to probably this space, and I will use that to try to give Klax a shield. I'm clicked on the wrong thing. Him 10 temporary hit points, or up to 10. I don't know.
Or who?
For Klax.
Just for he's the only one close enough, really.
Cool beans.
Okay. I believe your turn is over as a mouse ascends the staircase in her full starry form.
A full disco ball glory. Okay. So what do we have here? My plan is to cast Moonbeam. I just wasn't sure what the map was gonna look like when I got up here. I'm assuming I can't. Can I see all the way over here?
It is, well, yeah, all these urns are destroyed with the white squares around them. So you do actually have full visibility up the middle of the map.
And I can move it. $60 feet. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna upcast Moonbeam at 3rd level.
Okay.
And I'm actually gonna drop it over. Sorry, Drada. I'm gonna light up the area next to you, but I'm gonna get those two.
Okay.
So it's a DC 15 con save.
Let's do it. I will roll for them. One of them fails and and the one that fails is the one that is hurting considerably. So you, as the moonbeam burns, we'll sort of describe, how does the moonbeam look in an indoor setting?
Yeah, so I think out of her like shimmery star form, it's almost like she like tosses a image of the moon into the air as it like cylinders down onto them, and they're engulfed in radiant white fire.
And the one of the ones next to you, Drada, that had been previously injured by a shatter spell, sort of starts to burn and like almost transform into magma, like a radiant magma, as it's like melting beneath this fire.
I was like, I don't normally look great with downlighting, but like this is lovely.
It's dim light.
Yeah, and it's only in that square. It actually doesn't even touch Drada.
Mm-hmm. And then I will bonus action turn around, just scanning the field. I'm assuming Klax looks in the worst shape.
Both Klax and Drada look injured. Klax seems, they both seem to be in the same shape, but Drada's a little squishier, but Klax has more people around him.
Got it. I will drop a healing word on Klax. That's a leveled spell. Never mind. I'll chill.
Okay. And you're just staying put?
Yeah.
Okay. Klax, you're up.
So the creature to my northeast appears to be pretty wounded, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right, I'm going to first take attack action at that. Ooh.
16 does not hit. I should have. Yeah.
That's why
Kevin,
sorry.
I should interrupt.
Yeah, I spoke too fast.
I don't think they take damage until the start of their turn.
It's fine. We'll keep the rolls.
Okay.
Klax, you can spend a resource on that if you want. I think I spoke too fast. Because that's a pretty narrow window that you would probably expect to hit with an addition.
I do, and forgive me, I was kind of moaning but since I still have that bardic inspiration, I hate to burn it on this against the little guy, but with how beat up I am and how hard these guys hit, I think I will burn that bardic inspiration.
Okay. I'll tell you that its AC is only 17, so regardless of what you roll, you do hit it.
Okay, all right, then I'm not gonna bother rolling. Damage was garbage, but 7 slashing.
Okay. It's still barely standing, unfortunately.
Yeah, all right, then I will go ahead and take my second attack against it. Oh.
I don't know if we all see the same dice animation, but that was almost a 20, right?
Yep, I saw it. Even so, you say 17. I have an outside chance. You know what? I have a 1 in 8 chance of actually hitting, but I just need to get these guys down. So I'm going to spend a superiority die. Boom!
There you go.
All right, that made up for it. So 13 slashing. The second attack.
You cleave this thing with your magical axe into 2 pieces as the sort of stones just scatter onto the ground in an inanimate form.
Then bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to shove the creature next to me.
Okay.
So athletics. Ooh, not great.
Okay, sorry, I was just reading Shieldmaster, but I think everything's good. So let me roll. Oops, I rolled a save, but it's probably the same
Yeah, that's
modifier. So yes, you're good. It has been knocked prone.
Yep, I knocked that creature prone. If it's prone, can I move, or does it still gets an attack of opportunity?
Yes,
right?
but it would have disadvantage in making that attack. Because it is not in a steady state.
Yeah, but if I leave, then I'm leaving everybody else kind of open to it.
It's gonna only have half movement because it's
True. All right, yeah, then I'm gonna go ahead and 5, and then obviously you get your attack. 10, 15, 20,
Oh, should have got the lower one, so it misses.
30. Actually, that's almost one of those. I almost wonder if should have burned a riposte as I left.
You could if you'd like.
No, I think I'll save it. I'm already down to just 2 superiority die. So action, bonus action, move. That's my turn.
Okay. The one of the ones that had been summoned last turn is approaching. I think it's approaching Aesop, and it doesn't have the range to get all the way to you without dashing, so it's going to use its dash to come up here. And top of the initiative, we are back up with Drada.
Ooh, okay. Bonus action. Hunter's Mark back up on our big friend. I'm not going to roll it, so we don't have to
Yes,
see the
that's
numbers
totally
come up,
fine.
but I will mark that I now have 2 first level spells.
Very good.
Will then take, even though I just, how the little corrupted elemental next to me, how hurt does it look?
It is. I mean, it's hard to read, but it has taken a few hits, and you know that these guys can take, we'll say, probably 1 or 2 more good hits. You would think. Good hits, though.
If that's the case, I'll just continue crossbow firing at our big corrupted friend. Give me a moment.
A
And
17 does not hit.
Does not hit. Attack 2.
A 22 does hit.
Sure do. Additional d6. Great.
You don't get a third attack because you used your bonus action
don't.
for. Yes.
No, because sorry, that's on me. It's habit at this point. So we do a sick 7 damage.
Mm-hmm. It's not nothing.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is the one next to you's turn, who I've already dealt the moon damage to it. So it is sort of burning in place. In its current state, it doesn't really know to get out of this. This is not an intelligent creature. It's just sort of, in fact, it has literally a 1 in intelligence. But it's following the commands of Lutum. So it only knows to attack. And we'll make 2 slams against Drada. 16 hits for big 18 damage.
Damn.
I'll make the second attack.
Oh.
That's also going to be a hit
Almost a 1.
for 11 additional damage.
How you doing?
I'm down.
Oh.
I don't know if this has happened before in this game. Drada's unconscious, not dead. But so the rules apply where like Drada can still be brought up before actual death, but you all sort of see out of the corner of your eye, I think for the first time, one of your allies going down.
Interesting question. So prior to this, I believe Drada was invisible to all of us.
I'd say this is sort of just it would be hard to see, but the light.
You can hear me scream.
Yeah, you can hear the scream, and there's like the very soft ambient light of the moonbeam that you sort of just are able to pick up on what happened.
Okay. I was just curious if he went from being invisible to visible on the ground, or if his invisibility while in darkness doesn't matter. Whether
I would
it's-
assume that it actually does deactivate, but let's
I
look
would
into
also
that.
say I believe it does deactivate, but I will need to check the rules.
Yeah. But we'll read into that, and Aesop, it is your turn.
Great. I'm gonna try this one more time while this guy's in front of me. I have one level 3 spell left, and I'm gonna launch it, my Shatter, at trying to hit both of the creatures. So
Okay.
Lutum and the elemental right next to it.
Okay.
Right there.
Sounds good. Not an amazing roll, but not a terrible one.
Can I minus a d6 to Lutum save?
What is the range of woe?
That is a fair question.
Because you are
Probably I'm far away.
Yeah, you are 68 feet from the small one and 78
Yeah,
feet from the big
30 feet.
one. Okay,
No
so
way.
unfortunately no.
Sorry.
Is there a disadvantage?
Yes, it does have disadvantage as I try to select them. I think I can never remember which thing to roll. Okay, that was with disadvantage, so they have.
All
Oh,
failed.
I accidentally rolled for the the dancing lights, so ignore those. But yes, both of them fail, taking a full 30 thunder damage.
Woo. That's all I can do.
Great.
Looking to be in pain, but you know the regeneration capabilities it has. Are you standing still? And when
I
shatters go off, there is also like a loud banging noise that you all hear.
Right. Just been a lot of loud noises. Who's next? Because I can't see on my screen the proper timeline.
Flint is, well, Lutum, then an elemental, then Flint.
How far away? Oh yeah, I'm gonna give Flint Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty. Top of Lutum's turn. Going to get the healing, but you are outpacing the healing. And that was a bad roll compared to its last one, so. You all see as Lutum is surveying the area, you're able to gauge that it doesn't have the ability to create any more of these things. You can discern why that is at some time in the future, but the mode that it's going into seems to be the last resort is fighting. And it is coming up to Aesop.
Totally not squishy at all. Oh.
I want to check. It does have 10-foot reach. I was just checking that.
Oh.
So it is going to take a slam attack on you.
Hopefully it misses. Still hits.
16? Okay.
You have shield or anything?
No.
Oh, that is a great roll for you.
9 bludgeoning damage, and it is going to attempt to suck the life out of you if you could make a Constitution saving throw.
So 9 damage happens anyway.
Yeah, 9 damage to start.
Okay. And then what save?
Con save, 16.
Woo!
Ooh, there you go. Still is able to make a second attack against you, but misses, I believe. Surely you have more. Oh, you have exactly 12.
I have exactly 12. Yeah, no, I am so squishy. That's why I'm far away.
For 16 additional damage.
Not that I want to say it, but concentration.
For dancing lights, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which is sort of, it's probably irrelevant at this point because the fight is being brought into the light, but.
Yes, I will still roll 2 checks. That was for the
that
first
succeeds.
hit. And then this one. I'm sorry, that was a check.
That's fine. We'll take it was a higher enough roll.
Okay. This is a save.
Okay, you're fine. Concentration is maintained.
Candles are still there.
And this elemental was the one that Klax had left behind and was prone, so it's going to stand up and then move 20 feet. And then it's going to just use its dash to get back up onto Klax. Oops, why am I failing? Okay. And we are back to Flint's turn.
Oh boy. Really feeling the limited spell slots that artificers have in a long combat like this. All right. I think we'll start by moving Eldritch Cannon 20 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went diagonal for that. I don't know if it would have mattered even if I could get
You're
you.
fine. Yeah.
All right. Actually, I don't know if Klax has been hit or not, but I will try and activate it to give 10 hit points, just in case. Five if you
I will keep
don't have any. And I will, being quite low on spells, just firebolt the big guy.
Okay.
But
Just realize that one of these guys is not on the initiative, so I'm going to add him. No, I would rather do it. It's fine. The 21 does hit.
and it does 18 damage.
This is against
Wow.
Lutum, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will start moving towards and that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, it is going to rear up its necrotic burst attack. And Mouse, it's your turn.
I don't see Mouse in the initiative order for
Uh,
some reason.
I don't see most of you, but I just
I
figured it
don't
was
see
mine.
most people.
Yeah, it's
Also,
probably it's fine. I have it. That's all that matters.
As long as you
I'll move forward a little bit. I'm going to leave Moonbeam where it is so that hopefully it knocks out that one next to Drada at the start of its turn. And then I'm going to Healing Word Drada and give my backup to Klax.
Okay. Your chalice to Klax?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, Drada, you get 7. And Klax, you get 4.
Hey, better than kicking the face.
Hey. And that is my turn.
Okay.
You don't have any like damage cantrips?
I guess I can run forward more because I am not using my action. I'm going to move a little bit more, but that'll be my turn.
Okay. Drada is still prone on the ground, I will say, just for the purposes of that, but you are able to do this without issue. And it is Klax's turn.
All right, DM, if I move to just right here, hopefully you can see that on the map.
Yes, I see it.
Um,
Actually, let me interrupt you. At the end of Mouse's turn, it is going to unleash the Necrotic Burst as a legendary action. Centered once again on itself, but the thing does not work.
Oof.
And if we could do 18 damage to Aesop.
are you still up?
No. I am
Where'd it
down. Yep.
Join the party, it's really fun.
Woo!
As you're rearing up to come for Lutum, you see that Aesop does fall down.
Okay, sorry. Just want to see if that changes anything I was going to do.
Lutum is not looking good, I will say. This is sort of a moment where the regenerative capabilities have kept it alive for a considerable amount of time, but there is a moment of like opportunity.
Yep. So
if it doesn't get another turn.
That still has a reaction, but I'm going to go ahead and move out of it, assuming that from here I can strike at it because of the 45-degree run.
Yes. You'll get an attack of opportunity on you. Big one.
All right, that worked out well. I'm going to go ahead and strike at Lutum first with the attack action.
And I still think you have Bardic Inspiration.
No, I don't anymore. I did burn it.
I gave another one to Flint.
You gave it to Flint.
I have one.
Yes.
Yep. So 22 should hit, hopefully, for 14 slashing.
22 does hit, yes.
Okay. Next, I'm going to then use, since I took the attack action, I'm going to replace one of my attacks for my fire breath weapon. And I'm going to cone shape it so it's away from Aesop, but hit both the one in front of me and the big guy.
Okay, no problem at all.
Thank you.
My unconscious body appreciates it.
And then I just need to, oh, cool. There, I think I'm finally figuring out how these things work. Look at that.
There you go. We've done it. All right.
I
So-
will minus a d6 from Lutum's save.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that d6 for me. Let me roll for these two guys. Oops. They both fail.
So 15 fire damage.
It literally has 1 hit point. I'm just letting you know. It was very, very close.
Oh, man. I'm
Um,
wishing I would have burned a superiority die on one of those other attacks, because I don't think I have anything that can just give me 2 seconds here, just see, because I already used that. I'd have to wait for them to attack. Menacing attack. Probably should have done that to burn the point, but well, I'm gonna try and make it difficult then. As my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to shield bash the big guy to knock him prone.
okay.
Oh, hold on. Everyone's at range, right?
Sorry.
Yep.
What is the
Yep.
question?
I am not going to knock him prone, but instead, I'm going to attempt the shove action to push him away.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
That way he's still upright. Contested athletics.
Yes. Jesus. Let's roll. Okay. I was gonna say- You know what?
Epic win.
Very shoved.
Would you like to shove him 10 feet instead? Because you rolled so high? No, I don't want...
No,
Okay, we'll just shove it there.
Yep, sorry. Shove it's just 5 feet away, so
Yes.
just move him a little bit. It gives Ace up a little bit breathing room so he can't strike him while he's down. I didn't knock him down, so range still gets doesn't get disadvantage on attacks. Bonus action, move, and that's it.
Do you want to move up one more square on him, or because I think you can still move? You still have some movement left.
Oh, yeah, because it will prevent him from kind of filling that gap. So if
Yep.
I can sneak in there, I'll
Yep.
go ahead and be a meat shield.
Alrighty. The one that has not really gone yet. It is their turn. They will. The only person they can reasonably reach is Flint. As my alarm tells me that we need to end the game soon.
Over.
Flint, for the first time in a while, will be accepting 2 attacks.
Oh boy. That'll hit.
21 hits.
Oh, take it, I guess.
And then
Ooh.
That was a good damage roll.
that
Yeah.
was
Mm-hmm.
17 does
Well.
not hit. The one who is positioned between Clax and Aesop turns around to face Claxdown, trying to preserve Lutum's life in any way possible. Totally misses. And also totally misses. And it is Drada's turn. You awaken with a sort of hefty breath. You are... Yeah, there's still one next to you. You're technically... Your line of sight is blocked currently from the urn in front of you.
Yeah.
But you know which direction to go.
Absolutely. And, no, considering that I think it's been a long time since Drada's been knocked unconscious, and there might be some specific, like, this puts Drada in a weird, very self-preservation state, and is just immediately, again, Hunter's marking the little friend next to me, and shooting 2 attacks just to be like, no, you're gone. I don't want to deal with it right now. So.
Okay. Are you and I assume you're standing up?
I would stand up, yes.
Yes. Okay. 15 does not hit.
Hey.
Uh, 20 does hit. Additional d6 for the hunter's mark. It is still up, looming over you. However, it is bathing in the light of the moonbeam, and being as that its turn is next, you know that it will take some damage from that at the very least.
Great. That's. I guess I would move myself. Go into the light of the moon. I'll stay within its range so I don't take an attack of opportunity. I will.
You will take damage from being in the moonbeam, I believe. So don't do that. Yeah.
I wasn't confident about that,
Yeah.
so I won't do that.
You like reach your hand in, and it's like, no.
I move there.
Okay.
And that way, I still. I don't. It. We'll see. It has 1 hit point. We'll see.
I will make a can you give me the moonbeam dialogue again?
Yeah.
There we go. That is not a great roll, unfortunately. And it succeeds, so it will take half of that damage as it starts its turn. Drada is the thing in front of it. As you also shot it, and it's going to take a slam at you.
It was a 1.
It was very briefly a 1. I think that's enough to bring you back down.
Enough to go down again. Yep.
Oh, no.
It immediately pivots. This thing is not going for coup de grace maneuvers. It seems to be trying to take people down. And is circling out of the moonbeam to take its second attack on Flint.
Do I want to shield this? Man, oh man. Where are we in the initiative? There's 2. Is that the...
Next is Aesop's turn, who is currently down.
Yeah.
And it'll be Lutum's turn, and Lutum will heal.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wish
one more freaking point.
I really wish shield lasted through the end of my turn, instead of the beginning of my turn. But yeah, I am gonna assume Mouse has the healing and use my last spell slot and shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aesop.
Mhm.
Oops. If you could roll me a d20 as a death saving throw for me.
Sure.
Do people generally know how death saving throws work?
Anything above a 10?
Yes, is good. A 20 is very good. A 1 is very bad.
I think Aesop actually gets like a +1 on these.
Do I?
Technically from
Oh, because it's a save, right?
yeah, it's technically a save. Okay.
19.
You have 1 success.
Woo! I think is this my first time doing this?
I think it's
First anybody, yeah.
Yeah, I know Klax went down once against the Necromancer because he was possessed and you guys had to take him down, but then
Yeah.
you just brought him back up. So, it's Lutum's turn. gonna recover from the
That's what?
energy around him.
That could have been way worse.
It could have been way worse.
At least we know the target goal now. Target number to hit.
19.
Sort of snarling at Clax in front.
I'm gonna-
Is
Unless it heals itself when it hits Clax.
is going to make 2 attacks. That I believe is a miss.
I'll wait for the second one, but can I
If you-
declare?
I think you would declare it on an attack by attack basis.
Okay, then I will riposte.
Okay.
All right, so that's the maneuver, and then so I need an attack roll.
And if you hit, you add you add an extra damage die. Unfortunately,
I
well,
don't have the bardic,
Nope.
but I do have. But
Use
then,
it.
well, no, because I only get one reaction, right? Because that counts as a reaction, right? Sorry.
We only have, yeah.
yeah, this is your
Okay.
reaction.
You can't use 2 maneuvers.
Oh, I can't. Never mind. Then it doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry. When you make an attack roll, I don't.
I don't see anything
Yeah.
that says you can't.
All right, I hate to burn them both, but I think I'll go ahead and.
Yeah, there's nothing that says you can't use more than one on an attack that I can see at a glance.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I'm clicking on them, but they're not rolling. So
That's fine.
the so let's start with the.
The D8 to hit,
Yep. So
and if you hit, you'll add another D8 of damage.
all right. So
Okay.
22. All right.
22 does
and then,
hit.
And then the D8 for the damage. Come on, big roll, big roll, big roll, big roll, big roll. Ah. So that's 11 slashing.
It is looking rough. Its healing is keeping it alive, but that was its first attack that it missed. Its second attack it's going to make against you is a total whiff.
That's why I wish the first one would have hit because. Oh no, it's a reaction either way. I would have only got one. Damn it. Damn it. All right.
The one that has been chasing you comes and is going to try to surround you, feeling that you are one of the major threats to it at the moment.
Miss.
That's a miss, and that is also a miss.
Miss.
Flint.
Take
Oh,
it down,
boy.
buddy. Take it down.
Well, I have things in melee, and I don't have crossbow expert.
Oh.
So I have disadvantage. Unless
I will get a
two-
turn, right?
Well, so it's
You'll
Flint's
get a-
turn, then Mouse, then you,
Yeah.
Clax.
Oh boy.
Remember when this fight was really great at the beginning and we were doing so
Yeah, we
well?
were doing so well until we went to this floor. All right. My
Bring us
AC is
healing.
good.
You have
won't
Bardic
hit me.
Inspiration.
You do.
Yeah.
If you fail while using it, you still keep it.
Need 8 points.
I'm just debating if I take 2 attacks of opportunity to get out of melee or if I just attack it. Is the big question.
I can only
Um,
raise 2 people per turn, so nobody else gets to go down.
Well, I think that's your answer then.
I mean, I've got 35 hit points left. Like, I
Yeah,
can
these guys-
probably take 2
You had
hits.
29 and I went down, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've taken
Warning.
30 some odd. in
All
one
right,
turn.
all right. I'll shoot from where I'm at.
Yeah!
Um,
Basil, bring
Alright.
us healing!
Hazel's come to watch the last. So roll with disadvantage.
It's not great.
Oh,
You have your Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, we'll see.
7 or better. 1 and 4.
7 or
1 and
better.
4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4 chance.
You
Well, I
still
keep
keep
it.
it. You still
You
keep
still
it.
keep it, yeah.
Gosh.
You are bobbing and weaving between these elementals next to you and just are not able to get off the angle that you like.
All right. Where can I get this thing to? I can probably get to here, right? I can move it 20 feet. I think I can only really get to here.
I've been pretty generous with like rounding up, but Just, I mean, do what you want. You're going to hit both of them anyway. Or both you and Mouse anyway. You're not going to hit more than... regardless.
Yeah. All right, I'll move it up to here-ish and give us both temporary hit points.
Alrighty. That's... yeah, up to 8 for Mouse and Flint, and Mouse, it is your turn.
Okay. So, as my action, I'm going to move my moonbeam on top of the big bad, even though I don't really want to, but...
You can move it that far?
60 feet.
Oh, wow.
It is an action, so that is my action to move it. But seems like we kind of need it. I may have to do this before it, though, so that I can see Drada. I will Healing Word Drada. I need to take a step forward so I can so that I can use Cosmic Omen. Nope. Star Form to also heal Aesop. So, got a Healing Word coming for Drada. Plus D8 plus 3 coming to Aesop. So 7 for Drada, 5 for Aesop. I'm glowing. And I've moved my moonbeam, and that's all I can do.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its legendary action to rear up in front of Klax. But it is Klax's turn. And it is looking bad.
Don't whiff!
Oh, great. No pressure. No pressure at all. All right. Whew. All right. Klax first is going to rear back and take a swing with his battle axe. 20.
That's a hit.
And it is 12 slashing damage.
Please feel free to describe how you kill this thing.
Oh, kind of dodging the other guys as they come up. Klax just turns, seeing that Aesop is now stabilized, turns around, sees a bright moonbeam coming right down on the creature. And as the moonbeam starts to pulse with energy, just kind of reels back and just brings the axe clear down right in the freaking creature's head. Right as the moonbeam comes down and lights it up and just...
It's a power of like... It's almost like the power of friendship in a way where the light that Mouse provides combines with the light that Flint provides on your radiant axe, combines with the light of your strength, and it's sort of like a clean cleave down the middle, like an expert stroke. And when people mine stone at a quarry, they sort of like hit it, and then it sort of falls over into a separate piece. And that's what this happens here, is that this creature, seeming some sort of green energy that is sort of formed within it, dissipates, and it becomes inanimate stone that clatters to the ground. With it, all of the underlings seem to also disanimate around you.
Was really banking on that being true.
I know. I literally thought about it like 2 turns ago. As if these guys don't die, we're pretty well fucked.
We'd have been okay. We'd have survived.
I don't know, man. They hit hard.
Hit points.
Drada walks up to the one that had taken him down multiple times and just like fires multiple crossbow bolts into gravel and silence. Just really in a state of mind.
I'm gonna be laughing on the ground as I like vaguely saw a blur of Klax kill the creature and just kind of repeat in my mind, we did it.
Can y'all come over here so that I could like patch you up a little bit?
Over and
1 second.
pick Aesop up off the ground.
Thank you.
Come on, bud.
Ooh.
Let's handle those rolls and the recovery process at the beginning of the next game, because it's 10:15 and we should probably hang up. So you guys have just survived a difficult encounter, and we will see. Yes, I'll leave that note there so that we remember. We will see what happens next. So thank you for playing, and good job.
Such a good fight. So good.
Yeah.
Every time.
Ah.
Eh?